Damn it, I'm muted. Hello, everybody. Wait, don't worry. Play the video. It's never happened. Hey guys, what's up? I just started streaming. Oh, 10-minute countdown's over. Weird. Hello everybody, and welcome to Encounter Roleplay. My name is Will, I'm a D&D sex icon, and this is the first time I've done this. We're back here today with another episode of Call of Cthulhu, Nameless Horrors, and we're here with the whole cast and crew, even though Redundant's run away because he's scared. And we're going to go around the cast and crew, we're going to figure out who we are and who we're playing today. I don't know what everyone in chat is worried about. This is just the first time we've ever done this. I'm a consummate professional, and no one will ever believe you. Right, so we've got Don with us today. Don, how you doing?
Oh, I'm doing great. Thanks, Will, for having me back. I look forward to Call of Cthulhu Wednesdays all week long. I start thinking about what terrible things are going to happen next immediately after the episode. I'll be playing Garen O'Kayan today. He is Catholic, maybe priest, maybe not priest. He's got a sword. He's infected with fungus like everybody else, and I can't wait to see what happens to him next.
Amazing. We've also got Greg with us today. Greg, how you doing?
I'm doing well, buddy. I'm doing well. It is 1 to 4 on Wednesday. This is where it's at, Nameless Horrors. I'm a little bit scared today. Both in and out of game, we have some people that are a little under the weather, so we are going to have to power through and see exactly how the gang from Caligula can live up. I will be playing Kip Jolly Edwards, and I hope that everyone out there in chat knows just how much I love them.
Absolutely. Yeah. Mm-hmm. We also have Lindy with us today. Lindy, how you doing?
I am here and I am alive. Hi, guys. I will be playing Lockpick Lou, the crazy, not so crazy, definitely crazy hobo who is here to steal all your stuff and win over the heart of preachers everywhere.
That is it, pretty much. She's here for one reason only, as you said, and we all know what that is. We also have Pruitt with us today. Pruitt, how you doing, my friend?
I'm doing okay. Got a bit of an ear infection coming in, so you know it's good to be both be able to really get into it. Decided to go method this week and actually infect myself, so we'll see how it goes. But yeah, I got all the love for Lou there. Good job working on the priest there. I think you
take one for the team.
Yeah,
amazing.
He needs it.
Oh yeah. And we have Redundant UK with us today, if he's here. Redundant, can you hear me? Are you there? How you doing? The Banksy of podcasting. He shows up late because he doesn't give a fuck. How you doing, Redundant?
Nah, I don't give a fuck, man. You know, that's the way it goes. No, I'm all right, thank you. I'm all right. I'm actually waiting to use the bathroom. You know, it's...
is there a long line at your house for that? Are you in a public place? Okay, yeah.
And I'm waiting for mine to come up.
Is it number 2?
So I might go. I might have to quickly go for a couple of minutes. Well, not for a couple of minutes, less than a minute.
We're all going to judge the length of time that you're away. I hope you realize.
Feel free to judge. Yeah. Feel free to judge. I take a long time. I'm going to freely admit it.
Wow. Okay.
I mean, people go to the bathroom and they just go on their phones. Let's be honest. Come on.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone does it. Everyone does it.
All right. Well, talk to me about Sloan. Who is Sloan? How long does he go to the bathroom for?
Well, Sloan, he probably goes to the bathroom for about a couple of minutes, if that. You know, he hasn't got a phone, you see.
Yeah.
So he's in and out. Apart from the phone in his head with the voices. But yeah, Sloan. Sloan is a clairvoyant. He has what he likes to call the sight. And he is rather creepy. That's what the others say. To him, he seems perfectly normal. But everyone else says he's kind of creepy. Yep. And yeah, I'm looking forward to playing. I always look forward to playing Sloan. He's fun.
Absolutely.
A lot of fun to play.
Absolutely. Well, let's remind ourselves what happened last time on the stream. So last week, as Redundant runs away at top speeds to his bathroom, last week the group learnt that they are all on a bit of a timer. They're most likely all infected by less fungus, some more than others. Dr. Pierce, I love Big Lou. And they found out they've probably got like 6 or 7 days to live until this plague inside their bodies fully takes over them. They either go insane, turn into a horrible monster, or just die. So that was good news. Cassandra told them that. She's a member of the Believers who are working to fight Squire Waitley, who is searching for the Golden Ferronnier, which is an artifact of great power, which has, it is said, the power to return those back from the dead into life? Some kind of life. And Cassandra's pretty worried about that. You guys headed off to Dunwich because you heard that Henry Arkin is a contact that you need to make. Henry Arkin's name has come up a couple of times now, including from Wizard Waitley, the strange sentient fungus, which is now inside Dr. Allen's brain. And they went to Henry Arkin's place in the middle of the night, heading out from Arkham to Dunwich, through the rain, through the wheat fields. They managed to hear a couple of gunshots. When they went into the farmhouse of Henry Arkin's, they found that downstairs in the cellar, Henry Arkin, most likely, is there. He is screaming to himself and whispering to himself Judgment Day over and over. There is spores, huge spores of fungus down there, which seem to have infected him somewhat. And he has a gun with 2 dead women next to him, who the party believe to be the rest of his family members, who he has shot in the head, dead. And they kind of crept back out of the farmhouse when they saw that, closed the door, brought the whole party in, and it was at this point that Dr. Allen started to hear a voice in his head, which is, of course, that of Wizard Waitley, the strange sentient fungus, which has now made its way through Dr. Pierce's system into his brain, to the point where it can speak with him, feel his thoughts, and the like. So that's where we're going to start off today, in the farmhouse, just outside of Dunwich, in the fields. As it's pouring rain outside, you're in this dark farmhouse. Before we do, of course, quick shout out to our sponsors, dndice.co.uk. They support the show. Go check them out. Get all that 5% discount off when you go to their website, dndice.co.uk. Over there, using Canada Roleplayer checkout, and get yourself some sexy dice to play Cthulhu with. Follow sanity checks. Here is also the ways to interact with today's show. If you haven't followed the show yet, hit the follow button and join us. When we hit 20 followers, you guys in the chat get to decide something which happens next. I've got some very exciting viewer decision ideas coming up for today's, as we are getting towards like the scary place. The rest of the game has been like, research, kind of scary thing, but now it's all scary. So that's going to be fun. Here's a tweet for you guys. 20 retweets, viewer decision, and of course, you can donate to affect the game. Give players nat 1s, nat 20s, wild magic surges. Oh, and this month's table, extra special table, is a table of bad things. Exclamation point, bad things will take you to a very new table of bad things. Some of them are worse than others. Some of them are straight up terrible. You can lose limbs. Some of them are like, you'd like forget to brush your teeth today. Some of them are just straight up awful. So yeah, that should be fun. The table of bad things. I'm pretty proud of that title. So let's go back into the game. Let's start things off. As you guys are in Dunwich, outside of Dunwich, really. I mean, you're not in the village of Dunwich yet. It is storming pretty heavily outside, but you are in the farmhouse of Henry Arkin, and you know that he's downstairs in the basement area, having shot 2 of his family members. By the looks of things, at least he's very least he's holding the gun and whispering Judgment Day over and over. Dr. Allen has a voice in his head, which he knows to be that of Wizard Waitley, who should be dead, but is now some kind of sentient fungus, we believe. And let's all pick things up. There is one other room that you haven't yet explored, which is the bedroom of the Arkin household. So, let's start things off. You can still hear the whisperings of Henry Arkin, deep below in the cellar. Judgment Day, Judgment Day, Judgment Day.
Sloane's gonna go up next to Jolly and go, Mr. Jolly, perhaps we should check the floor for cracks or anything like that. I remembered.
Jolly will look, and some of these old farmhouses tend to be, either constructed by hand or a group of people. So he'll look and see if there's space between the floorboards that would actually give visible or, any type of like access to sight lines or whatnot to the bottom level of the basement.
Yeah, you can look down through the cracks in the floorboards, and you will see that yes, it does indeed appear to be a couple of spots where you can look through and see the bottom there. It doesn't look as though there's enough to like fit a body through, or you'd have to get down there to eye level and see through. You can't see where Henry Arkin is, but you can see some of the spores down there.
Okay, so Jolly would motion to everybody else and point down, and make like a little crack, to stay off to the sides, because usually the sides are where the supports are. So if we can stay and give ourselves some lumber in between this guy and downstairs, I don't want to pull a hateful weight here where Channing Tatum busts up through the floor.
Yeah, I mean,
Lou
the
will
ceiling
get
is
against the
high
wall.
enough as such that he wouldn't be able to he wouldn't be able to jump up and touch it, for instance.
He's gonna
Okay.
still get against the wall and like over to the bedroom.
All right. You head into a pretty simple-looking bedroom. There are 3 beds in here. Looks like there's just a 1 bedroom that the whole family sleep in. And you see that they have like a tiny little like closet area in which like all of their clothes are bundled inside. And there is a small little chest down by the bed in which it looks like a few possessions are being kept.
Yeah, I want to look in that.
All right, you pop it open, and there are a few pretty simple-looking things in here. There is a small box inside, which looks to be kind of keepsakes, locks of hair, that kind of thing. There's like a very simple-looking pendant, which if you crack it open, has the face of a girl on it. And inside the rest of the box, or the chest as well itself, you'll find some more keepsakes. Things that probably don't seem to be very valuable monetarily, but seem to be valuable to these people. There are a few books, and these look to be sort of diaries that have been kept by one person who seems to be pretty neat and can actually write. The rest of them, there's no writing around from anyone else. Maybe they don't write, maybe they've got no reason to write. There is also an old and pretty unusable looking pistol in here, which looks like it's long been out of service.
All right. I'll take any of the keepsake kind of jewelry-looking things, even though they're not very valuable. They could be, if disguised correctly, you know. And
Sure.
then she will take the old and unusable pistol, because it could be intimidating. And she'll take all the books, and like put them under her arm to give to Sloane, and she'll look in the closet and take like a dress that she think might fit her.
Yeah, it's kind of like it's like a Little House on the Prairie style dress, you know, kind of long,
Perfect.
down to the ankle, sort of floral type deal.
Yeah, she'll just take it.
Nice. Oh, and
then-
Lauren donates £6. Look out, Greg. And she's gonna give Greg and Lindy both. And that 20.
Oh, Lauren!
So that's what you find in the bedroom.
Yeah, I'll come back and be like, here's some boring books, and I'll give them to Sloane.
You can definitely hear Dr. Allen sort of talking to himself in like hushed whispers, seems to be sort of speaking to himself.
Yeah, Garen's going to sort of watch Lou go into the bedroom and come back, but he's also keeping an eye on Alan, and he'll slink over to him and he'll say, Alan, are you all right there?
Yeah, we couldn't be. I couldn't be better. Yeah, just working out a new tenant contract with somebody who just moved in, apparently.
Moved in where? We're staying in the hotel back in Arkham. Oh.
So you know that guy that Jolly talked to? He decided to hitch a ride with us, apparently.
The Wizard Waitley.
Yeah, he's talking to me right now. So I'm assuming you can't hear him?
No.
Okay.
You got voices in your head.
Yes, Lou.
Well,
Do I
as the
pay
person
club
who's
memberships
been-
to you, or?
As the person who spent the most time in an asylum, I feel like I'm the most qualified to be your psychiatrist in this endeavor. And so, when did these voices first start appearing?
60 seconds, maybe.
60 seconds
Yeah.
ago.
We're moving into the second minute as we speak.
All right. Well, it's good to catch it early. That's what the doctors always say.
I don't think that's going to help this time, Lou. And I should know.
You know, that's what the patients always say too. Well, half of them do, half of them are like, I'm not crazy. So I think that we could get you a nice course of treatment involving this bottle of liquor. So you start taking this,
Oh no, I'll take
And-
that. I know I'm
And
not.
it'll make the voices stop sometimes. Okay, not all of it. We can't drink the water. It's not safe.
I think it's okay to drink the water now, isn't it, Lou? I mean,
You guys told me not to drink the water.
well, but you obviously did. Look at your mouth. You
I
need to clean
didn't
your mouth
drink-
off.
I didn't drink the water.
Well, then what did you do to the water to get to where you are right now?
Didn't do anything to the water. Larry licked the fungus, even though I told him not to.
Well, that'll happen. I mean, pets are precocious that way.
They
They're
are.
little
I
things,
told him
right?
not to, and he slug rebelled against me and did it anyway. I haven't touched the water since he told me not to drink it.
I believe you.
Okay, because I haven't.
Dr. Pierce, the wizard Waitley, he's still speaking to you now?
Hang on, let me check. Wizard Waitley.
Yes, I'm still here.
I think it was over. Yeah, no, he's still there. So, Wizard Waitley.
Yes.
And I'm gonna talk out loud for everyone's benefit.
Mhm.
You want this gold Ferronier? Yeah.
The golden Ferronier, we must have it. I must have the golden Ferronier.
Got it. I'll put that at the top of the list. Golden Ferronier. You spell that how? Never. We'll worry about that later.
I have a handout in row 20.
Yes. Yeah, I'll check out this roll 20. So if you're here, things can't be very good for me.
Yes.
Yes, they can be, or yes, they're no. Wait.
In one way, it is very bad for your body and brain. In another way, you now have access to me, enlightened as I am.
Enlightened how? How can you help us? If I help you, can you help me?
Yes. We must
Okay,
find
so
the golden
what do you have to
Ferronier.
offer?
I sense a great many things. I am in a great many places.
Are you connected to all the fungus in the Miskatonic Valley?
I
That's what he told me.
go wherever it goes. I can feel whatever it feels, sense whatever it senses.
Can you? Okay, so do you know who this Arkan fellow is? Yes.
Yes. We must speak
So there's-
with him. He must
There's
know
some
where the
fungus
golden...
downstairs.
Yes.
Can you see through it?
Yes.
Can you show me what you see through it?
No.
No? Well. Thanks for
It
the help.
would destroy your eyes.
Oh, okay. We don't want that. Everyone says they're my best feature. So, okay. But we need to talk to him. Oh, what can you tell us anything about him? Because he seems to have succumbed to the point that the kid, what's his name, Watley?
Waits.
Waits, right, Waits. He's saying what? He's saying it's Judgment Day.
Yes.
Alan, I don't know what he's saying to you right now, but can he hear us? Is he aware of what we're saying?
I can hear through your ears, which I am inside, even now.
Yeah.
I can hear the beating of your heart, rhythmic and fast.
Yeah, he's yes, he's listening. And his heart's really in it.
I just said a lot of things muted. Well, if
It happens to everyone.
it does, if you hear us, I'm pretty sure that the voices in your head will also be able to hear you. Because they're not connected.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm gonna raid the kitchen now. I might just go loot the kitchen.
He
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, Doc, why don't you ask the wizard or if he can hear me? He told me to come here to Arkham, or Arkin, or whatever his name is, and he told us to come here, and he said there would be items of power that could be either directed to us by Arkin or perhaps on the premises. I mean, why else are we here?
Right. Yeah.
Wizard?
Say that again for Will.
He asked, he was told by Arkin back in the police station that when he asked if there was any items of power that could aid them in their quest for the Golden Ferrigny to get to Arkin when we got to Dunwich, and he would be able to provide clues. He alluded to he would be able to either provide them or point us in the right direction of something that might be able to help us artifact-wise to find the Golden Ferrigny or arm ourselves. He was a little vague as he was going on, but that was the bullet.
He says to Pierce, the same still holds true. I am not inside Henry Arkin's brain.
Yeah, he says the same holds true. That you're not inside his brain?
I have not reached that level yet. Give me more time. And I will.
Yeah. Can you at least tell me, is he still holding the weapon downstairs?
Yes, there's a gun in his hand.
What type of gun is it?
A revolver, it looks like.
Okay. Well, we know he's at least shot twice. Don't know if he's cognizant enough to reload.
He didn't notice Lou and I when we snuck down there before, but I don't know, what he's capable of. If he's anything like Dr. Aurelia Smith, he might be too dangerous for us to surprise and think we can take him down and control him.
I don't like going near crazy people with guns.
And we did discover, is there a back cellar entrance? Yes?
You saw one from the inside. You haven't found where it is on the outside yet.
Yeah, I asked to go make sure it was locked last week.
What if we did a bit of deception, like have someone go to the outside door, rattle it just to get his attention, and then maybe someone could sneak down the stairs to attack him from behind? I don't know. I'm not one for violence.
The question remains is whether or not he is able to speak at all to us, and what he speaks, whether it'll be information we can use. From what you have told me, the fungus has possibly warped his mind.
It hasn't reached his mind yet, according to the Wizard Whately.
Oh, I see. So he is just rambling Judgment Day because... Why?
He's crazy.
How? What can a crazy man offer us?
Items of power, according to the fungus that is in my head right now.
Ask this voice why he wishes us to speak to him.
I need the Golden Ferrigny. I tire of this. Now, unless you want me to expunge your brain entirely, Dr. Pierce, then speak to him. I will have the Golden Ferrigny.
Okay. Well, he's now threatening me.
Really?
He wants us to go talk to him. So,
Not it.
We could create a distraction, or we could try to sneak down there. Not that I trust this Wizard Whately one iota, but does he think that Henry Arkin is physically powerful in the same way that Dr. Smith was? Are we able to subdue this man so that we can question him safely without the gun?
Do you think he's infected, Whately?
None of these problems are ones that I share. Do it.
Okay. I'm just about tired of you already.
A feeling is mutual.
Good. Okay. And I'll walk over to the door to go downstairs and open it and start walking downstairs.
Whoa, Doc, hold on.
What if he blows my head off? I can get rid of this fucker.
Well, let's see if we can't, if it's true that he used the same revolver to kill his family, if we can get him to fire 4 more shots, maybe with distraction, as was hinted at or suggested, or we can get him to, take a couple pot shots up the stairs or through the floor. Once we hear that click, it's going to be a whole lot easier to go down there and do something to him than it will be if we're trying to dodge lead getting there.
I do not believe antagonizing the person we need to speak to would be a good idea.
He shot his family, Sloan.
Yes. Yes,
This
he
guy
has.
is
We are not
butthole.
family.
Right. He already killed the people he's supposed to love the most. I don't think a couple strangers showing up here, I don't have my Girl Scout uniform with me.
Yep, can you
Not
roll me
everyone.
a D100, please?
Scout, surely.
Who's that, Will?
Kip, can you roll me a D100, please? Or
And
full
so
Brennan.
it begins.
Dr. Rallin, what do you think about going outside to the outside cellar door, you alone, rattling it so that you draw him over towards there, and then maybe Jolly and I can go down there and try to subdue him? I know that separates you from us.
I like that plan.
I do not think that's a good idea, but if that is what you believe. Personally, I believe just to go down and talk.
Why couldn't that be on like an actual attack roll or something?
I know, right? That's amazing.
What was it?
So
Roll a
one on your Save
what a
Bad
waste.
things. You didn't. You have a restless night, first of all, which is going to be great for this one. Do not gain any benefits from long rests, which, I mean, it's going to heal slower, basically. It says roll to determine a party member, but it's for Kip, so screw that. So, Kip's going to have a bit of a restless night. Hope he dreams well. Redundant asks for more nat 20s in the game, so here, take 3, Will. Also a Wild Magic Surge for the DM's choice. Thank you, Latu.
Oh, Lou, you dick.
Gonna start my second column here. Beautiful. So let's do that. Wild Magic Surge. Let's do it for Sloan. Sloan, roll me a D10,000 here. It seems only appropriate. Well, it's a vein of Metamancer 4D host. What's up, Jack? How you doing, buddy?
I was the one who got him to give you those. I should be rewarded.
I know, you are rewarded. It could be good, couldn't it?
It could be. It's most likely not.
It's most likely
Okay.
not.
8168.
8168 reads, ooh, all blades within 50 yards are engraved with cryptic sigils.
Ooh.
I like that. I like that a lot. Yeah.
Karen's already
So-
probably engraved in sigils.
This is something really interesting that Lou is going to be seeing as she goes through the kitchen and through the kitchen drawers of the knives. All
Yeah.
of the knives have like these weird cryptic symbols on them that you just... They seem to move, and it's incredibly
these are cool.
strange. They're so cool that they make you roll a sanity check.
Oh boy. Ugh. I want a nat 20 then.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah.
Alright.
I do.
Yeah. You look at them, and for a moment you're almost drawn into the swirling madness that is on the blades. And then you resist.
And I'll take them all. They're all pretty. I might show them to everyone else. They're so pretty.
Yeah. Alright, so, who's headed downstairs?
And what is our plan? Are we going to do this distraction to try and hold him down? Or are we just going to go downstairs and talk?
Oh, I think it would be good to at least get the gun out of his hand and try to gauge exactly what it is we're dealing with. It seems that we're not certain exactly what this man or creature is currently.
So what if we do this? I'll go around. I'll at least bang on the door. See if I can get a distraction. Whether he shoots or not, whatever. It's still a distraction to get them downstairs. If he doesn't shoot, then hey, maybe we can just talk to him. If he does shoot, then we'll have to subdue him, and then we can talk to him.
As you wish.
Jolly, what do you think? You game?
I'm game for doing whatever it takes to subdue this guy and talk to him, but I prefer to do it with him with an unloaded gun. Or no gun. If I had a choice between both, I'd go no gun, but unloaded is almost as good as no gun. It's gonna be close. I mean, this doesn't look like a very big cellar.
Doc, when you do this, do try to stand away from the cellar door so that if he shoots out towards you, you're not getting shot yourself.
Right. Look over like by the door. Is there like either like a cane rack or something like that?
You could, yeah, sure. In fact, no. Roll me a luck roll. Roll me a luck roll and see if there is one there. A cane rack might not be the thing that you'd find at first.
Holy crap!
Oh, there it is. Yeah, you're like. It turns out that Henry's got a really bad limp.
Arkin's got a notorious limp.
Yeah, only Arkins.
So I'm gonna go grab a cane and be like, I won't be anywhere near the door, and start going outside.
Nice. Okay, so you head back out into the rain.
I'll lead him to it because I'm not going inside.
And basically, yeah, just I guess she leads us around there, and I mean, I'm gonna like crawl up on the ground and use the cane to like rap on the door.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So that I am nowhere in the line of path for any bullet.
All right.
Jolly gets within a door frame somewhere and makes sure that he's nowhere near a visible crack in the floor, and just waits for the whatever to happen.
And Garen's with right next to Jolly. He's got his sword out as well.
Okay. So you
I'll
kind
throw
of
rocks at the door that he's banging the cane on.
So you kind of rat-a-tat-tat on the door.
Yeah, I'm gonna rat-tat on the door and just be like, and just kind of yell out, Arkin, we need to talk.
You hear, Judgment Day! He's kind of like, you can hear him moving down there. And he's looking, like he's shouting at where that kind of trap door is by the spores. Judgment Day! Judgment Day!
We can head it off. We can help you out. We need to talk, Arkin. We were sent.
He continues to kind of shout, Judgment Day!
But he's not shooting.
He's turned into Bowie. It's Judgment Day! Yeah. I'm Starman. It's Judgment Day, man. He kind of continues to shout Judgment Day towards where Pierce is, and he doesn't shoot though.
Maybe he's not violent.
Well, I mean, and I'll just kind of whisper to Lou, it could be that his wife and daughter or kid were infected, and they were literally attacking him.
It could be. Is
And
that what it looked like down there? Did they look infected? Because I saw the bodies.
They didn't show signs of anywhere near as far as Dr. Aurelia Smith is, and you didn't look closely enough to see if they had anything around their mouths.
Okay. I didn't look too infected, but they could have been. It's a theory.
Yeah, I mean, he could just be a kook.
I think that's it.
And I'm just gonna keep like banging on the door and be like, will you let us in and talk to us? Come on. People are dying, man.
He knows he killed Dove.
Roll me a power check, Dr. Pierce.
Ooh, I've done this before.
I'm gonna put 20 on this one.
All right. I've got a success.
Nice. He kind of breaks through this kind of fog as he hears this human voice. Yes, come in. I need help. My family, they're dead. I think they're dead. I think I killed them.
Killed them how? What happened?
I think I shot them.
Can I listen to hear if he drops the gun or anything when he comes to?
You can roll me a listen check.
Okay. That is a failure.
Yeah, over rain and the thunder outside.
Yeah.
Arkin, listen to me. We're here to help. We want to help you. We need to talk to you. Do you still have the gun?
He kind of, yes.
Can you put the gun down and I'll come in to talk to you? I want to help you. I'm a doctor. I can see if your family's still alive.
How do I know I can trust you? How do I know you're not him?
Him who?
I don't know if I can trust you. Charlie,
Oh, you
come
can
in
trust
here.
us? We're really nice people, and we hate the fungus. We're like, die, fungus, die. We're just trying to help everybody, like, you just let us in. We can put the gun down. We can talk. It'll be great.
Yeah, that's my assistant,
Yeah, I'm a nurse.
Nurse Lou.
Yep, that's me, Nurse Lucille. And if you just let us in, it'd be super great, and we can talk, and you can make it all better. You just gotta put the gun down. We'll be good.
You can roll me a persuasion check here, Lou.
Can I run a fast talk?
Sure. I'll let you use a fast talk. He's got a gun in his hand after all.
Yeah. That is an extreme.
Oh damn! On an 8 on that.
Nurse.
Yeah. There's silence for a moment, and then you hear that kind of clink as he puts a gun down on the floor. Okay.
Okay.
I put it down.
I'll try to open the door.
Yeah. You can open it up.
Okay. I'll open it up, and I'll just walk in, my hands out, palms up, like, Arkin, look at me. And as I start to walk in.
Yeah. He's still kind of like
Stay
hunched up in the
outside.
corner.
I feel like my poke my head in, and that's it.
Who are you?
I'm Dr. Alan Pierce. I'm here to help. We were sent to help.
Who sent you here?
We work with some people that were trying to fix what's going wrong with the Miskatonic Valley. We were sent to investigate this, and I agree, things are bad. Things are terrible.
Something to do with the water supply. The National Forestry Service.
He kind of nods slowly at what Dr. Pierce is saying. Help, yes.
Yes.
Looks down at the bodies again. Oh, gods! What have I done?
How far away am I from him?
20 feet.
Okay. I'm going to start kind of working my way the opposite direction of where the gun is.
Okay.
To kind of get him to turn away from the gun, at least a little bit.
Sure.
As I'm continuing to walk and talk slow, my hands are out. I'm not grabbing for anything, Like, what can you tell us about what happened here as I move through the room?
I was asleep, and then I saw gold, shining bright in my dream, and a face of a man. Needed to find the gold, he said. I needed to find it, and then like my body was not my own. I reached and there was a gun on my bed. I took it and I shot them. I shot them dead, Doctor. Why did I do that? Why did I do that?
I don't have answers for you right now. Do you remember the man who told you to look for this gold? Do you remember his name?
He said it was not far. He said the mill. I had to go to the mill, but they tried to stop me. And I killed them.
The mill? Did he tell you why you should go to the mill?
Gold. The gold. It was there. It's there. I still feel the need to find it, Doctor. I still feel the need to find it.
Okay, well, maybe we can help you out.
Doctor, you need to stop me before I hurt you again. I feel the need growing.
To hurt who?
Anyone that gets in my way, you. Girl outside. I need to get to the mill.
We have a car. We can go to the mill. That's what I'm saying, is we're here to help you.
Roll me another persuasion check here.
Wish I would take a persuade. I guess I can't charm him. It's not sly, is he?
Not so charming.
Failed. I should have used that point.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
He starts stepping back towards the gun. He doesn't look like he wants to do it. Doctor, I can't stop.
Arkin, look at me. Look at me. You've already destroyed enough in your life. Your family can't come back, but we can get rid of this. We can end this together. That's why we're here.
No, I believe you, Doctor. I feel this need inside of me, one that I can't stop. I know that it's wrong, but there's nothing I can do. Judgment Day is coming, Doctor, and he will judge us all.
Yes, he will. He will judge us all. We've seen and heard this before. We don't want you to hurt yourself or anyone else. just want to help. And you can do that by telling us everything you know. Because we're sent here to help you, again.
Give me another persuasion check here, Doctor.
I'm using that 20.
Nice. Good idea.
How far away is the gun from Lou?
Oh, from Lou? You're still outside,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, I'm like peeking in so I can I can't stop watching, but I have to know.
Yeah, like 15 feet away. He's about a couple of feet away from it right now.
Okay. I'm not gonna run in and take it then.
Yeah, he stops. Go ahead, Garen.
Oh, I was gonna say at some point I feel I think Garen would probably peek down, like his back is to the stairs, out to the south, like he's facing out towards the trapdoor, right? So his back is to the stairs.
Yes.
So I think Garen would like get halfway down the stairs, just in a kind of position that he would be able to act.
Nice.
If
Okay. Dr. Pierce, you can roll me a D100 for Brand. And Garrett, are you trying to be quiet about this?
Oh yeah, yeah,
Then,
like Nat 20,
Yeah.
Nat 20.
Like Nat
quiet.
20 quiet, really. Oh, yeah. Very nice. Let's see, Dr. Pierce. Oh, this one is one of the not bad things on the table of bad things. Congratulations, Dr. Pierce.
I already got a full of shit.
Yeah, well, yeah, you've had a pretty bad time. You will get a restful sleep, and you restore an additional hit die in the morning. You can roll me a d6 of... you get an extra d6 of healing here. I don't know if you're actually wounded right now. I'll tell you what, we'll roll you... In fact, roll a d3, and we'll restore this amount of sanity to you. Yeah. The one just before that was a group of bandits come to kill you in the night.
All right. I got one back.
Nice. Very cool. Yes. Garen like slips in behind where Henry Arkin is, and he seems to kind of like clear his vision somewhat when he speaks to Dr. Pierce.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, you're right.
Yes.
I can fight it for some time, but I'm not sure how much longer, Doctor.
Well, no, like I said, we have a car. We'll go to the mill. We'll go find this gold that you're looking for. Do you remember what it was? Was it like a watch?
I just
Was it a
remember
necklace?
that it was gold. I haven't seen it.
Okay.
I can remember it's the gold. And the face, he said I had to find it. My time was up, I had to find it.
Yes. Well, I mean, we're in the same boat. We're on the same path. We are. My time is very short as well. That's why I'm here. That's why I'm standing right here in front of you. I've not made any threatening gestures. We just want to help you out.
Okay. How? What do I do?
Well, first, do you mind if I take the gun away? I'm just going to put it on the table, so you don't have to worry about it.
Probably for the best.
Okay. And I'll just slowly walk towards him, hands up, and pick the gun up, put it on the table across the room.
He lets you.
Okay. Now, do you mind if my compatriots come down here and join us so we can talk together, and then we'll go to the mill?
Okay.
Okay? All right. So everybody, come down and meet Arkin.
Hello, I'm Nurse Lou, and I like skirt like around so that I'm closer to the table.
Just the
Also
nurse and a
you,
couple of orderlies and the priest. That's all.
You have advantage from dumb brass and a bar of soap.
Oh wow, I need that bar of soap. Thanks.
So Garen and Sloane and Kip come down. You guys staying up?
Kip's gonna stay.
I'll stay upstairs in a comfy chair reading.
Okay.
Garen's already halfway down, so he'll just go ahead and head on down. He'll stand back, but he'll say, "I'm Father Garen O'Kane. Pleasure to meet you."
Kip will move and look and see, make sure there's nobody coming in like towards the farmhouse or anything. He's gonna.
Sure, you can
You
roll
know,
me a
like-
spot hidden.
Sure. Man, it's really rainy out.
It's really rainy and really dark, and they're just surrounded by wheat fields. So seeing anyone coming through them is going to be particularly difficult.
I can't see shit out here, Sloan.
Oh, then I suggest you sit down and wait.
And when Lou comes in, I'm gonna kind of look at her because I put the gun on a table near the door.
Yeah.
And I'm just gonna kind of give her a look and like a kind of a quick glance over at the gun, and then just kind of move to interpose myself between Arkin and that view.
I'll swipe it.
All right.
I'll nick it.
You want to kind of like slide your hand out without Henry seeing?
Yeah.
All right. Is it sleight of hand or is it just stealth in this game?
There's a sleight of hand.
Yeah, you
and
want me
I'm
to sleight of hand.
really good at it. Oh, that's a success.
Nice. Yeah, he doesn't spot you set a gun. He's way too distracted by the doctor.
Yeah, I'll just slip it in with my other two I have at this point. One of which that doesn't work.
And I'm just gonna tell him, be like, do you mind just give me a minute? And I just want to check his family. I mean, I know they're probably dead, but
Yeah, they are definitely dead. They've been shot through for it. The thing about this though is that the shots are like dead on center of the forehead, right? Like 2 of them, unerring aim. He did not hesitate, and this is the shot from the distance where you see where they are to back all the way back up the staircase is a fair distance to shoot that accurately with a handgun twice in quick succession if you're not a dead eye, right? And this guy is, as far as you can tell, like a farmer, and yeah, they'd have shotguns, and sure, maybe he shoots clay pigeons once in a while, or maybe he goes shooting birds, but this is another level of accuracy which this guy has.
Henry, I overheard you say something about a man who came to you in a dream.
Yes.
Can you describe this man?
Old, I think. His voice reverberates around my mind. I can still hear it now, telling me to find the goal. The more I think about it, the more I want to. Don't make me remember.
Henry, no, stop there. Don't think about the man. But do you remember where you were? Do you remember if you were in a specific place when he spoke to you in your dream?
I was in a house, but not my own.
Was it a wealthy house, an estate, perhaps? Something.
I don't know, maybe.
You're very tired there. I can see it in your eyes, Henry. I think that you need to get some rest, but you can't rest here. Not in this house, not with...
I can't sleep. If I sleep, he'll find me.
Who has that blood? There's a jar. Somebody has a jar of blood. Garen will look to Alan and Lou, and then sort of glance back to Henry and jerk his head, and then he'll shake his head, as if to say, "We can't."
I'm gonna kind of internally ask, like the wizard, to be like, "You're not pulling a fast one on me here, are you? So there's somebody else affecting minds? Do you know who that could be?"
Must be my brother, the Squire.
Squire? Yeah.
He who wishes to have the golden Veronier, it will be mine. I must have it back, Dr. Pierce. We must search Henry's mind for it. We must have it in the mill. It must be in the mill. We must go to the mill. We must defeat the Squire's minions. The golden Veronier has great powers. We must have it. We must.
Okay. All right. You sold me. I'll take 2. And I might have said that last part out loud. Oh, okay. So.
Who are you talking to?
Huh? What?
Who are you talking to?
He takes mental notes sometimes.
Yeah, it's a method that I
He's used to
picked up
dictating
during-
them out to me because I'm his nurse, so I can take them. But sometimes he forgets to say them all like that, and he just takes them mentally.
Yeah, it's what got me through med school. So, if we went to the mill, do you think you could keep it together, or can you tell us Does the word squire mean anything to you?
Squire, like a knight's squire. Squire in the village of Dunwich. Squire Watley, I think.
But it doesn't seem to trigger him.
That word doesn't seem to have any particular effect upon him.
Okay. It's worth the risk. I'll just kind of look over at Garen and just kind of give him a. We know where we need to go. Do we want to get a rest? Do you feel like resting? Maybe we could head out in the morning?
If I rest, then he'll come to me in my dreams again. Don't want to hear that voice again. Never again.
Even when you're drunk? You tried to get blackout drunk yet?
I done, Doctor. I've killed my family. Killed my family, Doctor. You should kill me. Turn that gun on me now. I want it to be over. I want the voices to go away, Doctor. I want to forget what I've done.
I can't do that, Arkin. I took an oath. I'm not going to break that. Just to. I'm not sure what. I'm sorry. I can try to help you. We can try to get through this. But I'm not gonna turn a gun on you, sir. I can't.
And
I
you
might as well kill myself after that.
looks towards Lou. Then you. Before Judgment Day comes, I do not wish to see another sunrise after what I've done.
Lou's gonna look like a bit put on the spot, like, oh, me? But she's gonna be, like, this whole time she's probably been looking at him pretty sympathetically, because she's seen her fair share of crazy people who've been like, just put me out of my misery, and she can, while she doesn't feel that way, because she's not crazy, she can definitely relate. She's seen things in the asylum where it's like, sometimes death is better than continuing on. And she's gonna kind of look at Garen and the doctor, like, do you want me to? Like, you really don't want to say another sunrise? It's that bad?
I can't. Look at what I've done.
That is pretty bad.
It's bad, but we've done some research on this. We think we're looking for the same thing, Arkin. And our research tells us that this item, I don't want to give you false hope, but it could bring people back.
Roll me a persuasion check.
One more nat 20. Whatever. Yeah, I failed.
Yeah. He sees no hope.
Wait, did I click that twice?
No, you roll. Oh, maybe you did.
You did.
You did, yeah, you did.
Oh my god.
Oh, it's a
You actually
success.
did in the first roll. You actually rolled a 9 over 10. Nice. So he's like, if you can bring them back, then we must find it at once.
Okay. So we just need to be calm. And let's go upstairs. Let's get away from
We must go at
this
once.
scene.
Come.
Yes, let's go upstairs. Let's get away from this scene.
He's like pushing past you and Garen up towards, running towards the top of the house.
Okay.
And I'll just kind of call out like, "Yep, coming upstairs," so he doesn't get a baseball bat in the face.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he rushes upstairs and kind of like briefly looks at Sloane and Kip in his kind of wild panic and starts to rush out of the house. Come, we must go.
And I'll walk slowly up the stairs to let him get ahead.
Yeah, he's run out of the house at this point, out into the rain and the darkness.
So,
He isn't coming back.
No.
Probably not.
We should have put a bell on him or something.
Did
Well,
he
we
at
know-
least?
We know where we need to go, though.
Oh, good.
We need to go to the mill. I'm assuming this is a small town. There's only one mill.
You mean Sloan's Mill?
Number 103 on the map. Yeah.
Yeah. So, we know where we need to go. Yeah, he's crazy.
Hmm.
I'm
Perhaps we
pretty
can
sure the
wait
Squire
until-
Watley got to him. Of course, that's coming from the Wizard Watley, so...
Yes. Well, perhaps we can wait until morning. Yes?
We cannot wait, Doctor. We must find the golden Ferronnier. There is no waiting. We must go now.
I got a pretty insistent voice that says that we shouldn't wait.
Really?
Yes.
And then Sloane will get up and walk up to him and take one of his little vials and go, I'm intrigued. Take this.
And I'll just be like, now you know Sloane, and not look at it. And just be like, are you about to do one of your things? And just like chug it really quick.
No.
This is the laudanum you're drinking?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it has a pretty immediate effect upon you. As you like take this pretty big dose of laudanum right there. Woo! And so yeah, everything becomes a lot foggier to Dr. Pierce. His kind
But
of
does the
eyes,
voice-
people probably go wider.
Does the voice stop, though?
You don't know.
Can you hear him now?
Well, right now I'm trying to not listen to the walls.
Hello, Dr. Pierce.
Oh, shit. Oh, shit. He's still there.
Hmm.
I will never be gone.
Yeah, he'll never be gone. He's
I will
here
always
forever.
be with you until your dying day. Later this week.
It's a date.
3 o'clock.
3 o'clock on a Tuesday. A pigeon will fly. Yeah, no, it was a good idea there, Sloane.
Hmm.
But now I'm just stoned.
Well, at least it'll make it slightly more bearable.
How many of those you got, Sloan? We're
Not
gonna
enough.
shit. We're gonna pass them around.
Not enough. I was reluctant to give that one. And you'll see.
They've had like a crazy day. Like it's been a long day full
yeah.
of stuff, bad stuff. And Garen's exhausted. He's feeling the infection get to him too, physically especially. And he's gonna tell Dr. Pierce, Alan, you tell the Wizard Waitley, we've got to rest. If we're gonna face Squire or whatever else is going on, if we're gonna find the Golden Ferronnier, we can't run ourselves until we die of exhaustion. We're not going to be able to succeed that way. So I think we should call it a night. At least get a few hours of sleep before we head off again.
I couldn't agree more. Wizard Waitley, I beseech you, in all of your power and majesty, to please allow us the comfort of just a few hours respite. You can understand
funeral,
that it is.
Doctor. It is your funeral. I will have the
All right.
golden Ferronnier one way or another.
Well, yeah. I mean, just one way. It's just one rest away is all we're asking. That's really it. I mean, we'll go first thing in the morning.
I cannot guarantee your safety, Doctor, while you are in the Squire's lands.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I appreciate the consideration. But we got a few badasses. Don't know if you noticed, so I think we got that covered.
He doesn't say
I
anything.
think I can taste colors.
Welcome to my life 24/7.
Sloane, you make so much more sense to me now. Thank you.
So you guys are taking the rest in here?
Yeah, before Lou leaves the
Oh, yes.
basement, she's gonna close the eyes of the dead people down there. Like,
You want to get that close to the spores?
I'll not hold my breath, and then not use it like
You
a shirt.
can roll me a Constitution.
Oh no, that's not good. That's not good. I felt like it was the right thing to do. That's a good success.
Nice. You, prevent yourself from inhaling too many more spores.
Yeah, I held my. I'm really good at holding my breath.
Definitely get a few in there, but yeah.
Yeah, I closed their eyes and Did they have anything valuable on them?
If you want to stay long enough to search them.
No, I'm good. If it was just like obvious, like wow, look at this diamond necklace, I'd be like, whoop. But I'm not searching their pockets or anything.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
So,
and then I'll close the basement door behind me.
There are the 3 beds that are in the bedroom for you guys to sleep on, and there's probably blankets to like sleep on the floor somewhere as well. Are you guys taking watches for the night?
What about Arkin? I mean, he ran out into the night.
Yeah, he's headed to the mill. He's crazy, really crazy. Like, might be happier if he was dead crazy.
Oh, right. But I mean, if this guy runs throughout the night, is he going to get to the mill before we get there the next day?
Yeah, probably.
And okay, well then he's going to get there and say, "Oh, yeah, there's a group of people that are coming to the mill." When they catch him, because he ain't going to make any. He doesn't have a gun. He's going to run in there and get himself killed or captured and start talking.
How far is the mill from where we are?
Where are we on the map?
Here are we on the map. You if you place yourself for the Arkan household, let me find my map up here. You're like a couple of miles out. It's a fair walk, a little bit of a ride. I mean, there aren't many. There's just dirt tracks around here at most for driving on. So, and in this weather, with the car, it's not going to be easy going. Probably take you a couple of hours
to drive there. But for Henry Arkin, would he be able to run there in a short period of time?
He'd probably. It depends, like how fast he was going, I suppose, and if he stopped at all. But a normal person like running there, I mean, you don't really know. A couple of hours, probably more.
I like how you said a normal person.
Mm-hmm.
Will.
Oh.
Yeah.
You did seem pretty insane.
Should have killed him. That's fine. Yeah.
I don't know. I think we'll be fine. But that's just me.
Well, we could
I don't
always
like letting crazy people out like that, but it's good. I'm good with whatever we decide to do.
Because we could try to drive there and wreck the car, and then we'd be in the middle of nowhere, in the middle of a storm, in the middle of the night.
Pardon me, I do not wreck cars.
It's always a real good driver.
we could drive out there and sleep in the car. I know it's not going to be as comfortable, but at least that way somebody on watch could keep an eye out for Henry Arkin.
Another thing is we ain't sleeping in a house that's filled with these spores.
Probably
It does
not
make me
the
feel
right idea.
uncomfortable, yeah.
Sloan will get up and walk to the car.
Sleep in the car. I'll grab some blankets.
There's also the tractor shed as well, which is probably a little bit more comfy. You can stretch out a little bit more if you wanted to sleep in there. Or there's a car.
Car. Cool.
Alright, you guys jump in the car.
I'll sit next to Garen.
Shotgun. I'm kidding, I'll drive.
Are those blankets spore-free, Lou?
I'll beat them out a little bit. Yeah, they look fine.
Artisanal spore-free blankets.
100% spore-free.
Right. But yeah, they passed the eyeball test.
Yeah.
Will, when we're walking down to the car, I want to pull Sloan back
Okay.
until the others are.
Sure thing.
Hey, Sloan. You feel sick?
I feel fine.
Yeah,
Why?
so do I. Because the others don't. The others are coughing up shit. And,
Yes,
I mean,
well,
Garen's going downhill pretty quick.
perhaps they ingested more spores than they first anticipated.
Yeah, or you and I ain't affected.
We are the lucky ones then.
Are we?
Well, considering we've seen what the spores do to people.
Right, which means we're going to have to kill our friends. Or
Perhaps.
walk aside. I don't know what I was expecting from this conversation, Sloan, but it was not it was not panned out the way that I had
I
expected.
do not know what you wish me to say. That they will be fine? That it will all go away? Or that it's going to get a lot worse before it gets better?
Honestly, Sloan, I was just wondering if I was going to have to take the bat to 4 people instead of 3.
Not
What?
yet.
You said you're all right.
I am fine. As fine as I can be.
All right, well, you know.
Are you okay?
Oh, I'm right as the rain. He looks up. I feel great.
Good.
Nary a tickle. I can breathe shit. I mean, grew up in the city and whatnot.
I imagine your lungs are, well, blacker than the night itself.
It's a lovely thing to say. I appreciate it. I take it as a compliment. But
Oh,
I was
it was
thinking,
meant.
right. I was thinking, you know, I know I'm all right. But when you gave that bottle to the doc,
Yes.
you take that shit all the time. I've seen you pop, how many, 4 or 5 of them since we even met?
Well, I don't take the whole bottle all the time. You see, I've been taking these for years. A
Right.
sip here, a sip there. That's normally enough to, well,
You might say your system is saturated with that shit, huh?
yes. I suppose you could say that.
I think I just did, but I don't know. Put a pin in that. Doc always says put pins in things. He might be dead soon, so then I can say I came up with it. And then I've been putting pins in things for years. And everybody will say, well, that Jolly, he's a smart motherfucker. And I'm going to say, I'll put pins in things, put a pin in that. Anyway, let's get to the car.
As you wish.
All right, you get inside the car. Are you guys going to drive tonight, or are you just staying here and sleeping in the car?
I thought we were going to just stay here and sleep in the car. Wait till morning.
Yeah. General
Might
consensus?
see if we can run. You might see if we can run down Arkin. I mean, excuse me, catch up to Arkin.
Yeah, can I track him? Or can somebody else that's better at tracking track him?
It's going to be,
I'd
it's gonna be a
rather us
difficult
not
check.
track him in the night. In the rain. When we're knackered.
It'd be a difficult tracking check.
What is the tracking skill?
It is track.
Ah,
Deceptively named.
Yeah, check it
I
out.
thought that had to do with running.
well,
Specifically running track.
Really good at the high jump.
the other thing we could do is we could drive to the mill tonight, sleep on the way, sleep there, and someone on watch could keep an eye out for Arkin. Or we could sleep here.
The downside of going to the mill is that we don't know what's at the mill.
Okay, so it's a couple hours drive away, and it's going to take Ark a little bit to get there. Why don't we sleep for an hour, or someone stay awake so Jolly can get an hour's sleep, and then we'll shift sleep for the rest of the way drive to the mill. So we're all a little rested, but we get to the mill at a decent time too.
I slept on the way here. I think I can stay awake.
Yeah, you guys technically should have all slept while Jolly was driving.
We did.
So,
Jolly needs some sleep.
I mean, I'm all right. I'm a tough guy.
Sleep's important, Jolly.
I know. Thank you, Lou.
You're welcome. Here's a blanket.
No, thank you.
You're gonna catch a chill.
I got this warm platypus here in case anybody has forgotten that it sits on my seat while I drive.
Okay.
Very insulated.
As long as you're warm. Just kind of put it around the shoulders of the seat anyway.
Prototype
he
cars.
immediately throws it out of the car.
That was a good blanket. I checked it for spores and I didn't see none.
Right, you got shit all over your mouth and you're checking in for spores. Okay,
Yeah,
well,
just because I know what they look like.
good. I'm glad, Sherlock Holmes is all over it.
Yeah.
Okay, so what are we doing? We drive. Jolly will do it. Jolly will drive there and stop. We could even conceivably track down Arkin on the way.
I strongly
he could-
recommend we sleep.
He could be doing like a Will Ferrell old school and just running down. We could just pull up right beside, cap him in the back of the head. Ooh.
What's the plan then?
Sleep.
Sleep. General
I think
consensus
we
to
should
sleep?
sleep first.
Okay.
Couple hours sleep. And then Jolly drives.
Alright, who's on watch?
I'll do it first.
Alright, you can
I
roll
don't
me
need that much sleep.
a spot hidden whilst the rest of you guys sleep.
Crit. I'll use a nat 20.
Nice. The night passes by uneventfully on the first stint of your watch. However, you do notice that the birds in the area are still particularly active despite the heavy rain, thunder, and the hour that it is. They all sit atop houses and atop of a barn house, and they seem to be looking down at you.
I'm going to roll an occult
Sure.
to see if I can recall any passages or something from my years of study as to birds reacting to anything, like maybe a horrific sight or,
Sure.
something like that. And I have a 75. I rolled a 20, so that is a very good success.
Very good indeed. In terms of occult stuff, birds have been seen as like omens since the Romans. You don't know anything in particular about birds in Dunwich, which are particularly occult. It would seem particularly
more generally.
Yeah, I mean, it is possible to use beasts, if you believe all of this occult stuff, for certain tasks, such as watching. So it is possible that someone could be watching you through the birds.
Can I roll an idea roll to see if I feel that I'm getting a bad feeling about staying here?
Sure.
Let me just... that's like critical success.
Yeah. You do get a bad feeling about this place in general. The closer you've gotten into Dunwich, the feeling of foreboding that you've been having is just growing in you. And now there are these things watching you. You feel particularly uncomfortable. You know that Dr. Aurelia Smith sent off this warning signal to other creatures in the area, and you know that there are supposed to be a whole lot of weird things going on in Dunwich right now, according to Cassandra. So it's possible that staying in one area is not such a good idea, but this is really just a hunch more than the birds actually doing anything which you could actionably say is odd. I mean, if you do look at birds for long enough and they're looking at you, you could probably freak yourself out.
Yeah. How long have they been asleep?
At this point, it's been about an hour.
Okay. I am going to wake up Garen. I'm going to gently shake him.
We're sharing a blanket.
Garen.
Garen stirs very slowly, but he does sort of open his eyes. He says, "Sloane, everything all right?"
Do you know how to drive a car?
Not more than your normal fella.
Good enough. I would recommend that we move from this site immediately.
Let Jolly stay asleep there?
Yes. He didn't sleep while we were driving here. And we need him at his top condition. What's to come?
Garen sort of scratches his stomach, which is itching really badly, and he's not sure why. Shakes his head and he says, Yeah, of course. I'll get up front there and let everybody else sleep. And he'll very gently try to move Lou off of him so that she doesn't wake up. And then he'll climb into the front seat and say, "Where are we going? Are we heading to this number 103, this mill?"
Yes. Just go so far and then stop. And then we'll be right there.
Yep. Well, you got it, Sloane. I guess we'll get going. And he'll turn on the car and slowly start to drive off, not in a hurry, being very careful as he goes through the rain-slicked roads.
Sloane will just carry on reading in the back. I think Lou gave him a load of books. I don't know what the hell those books were, but he gave me some books.
Gave you a bunch, like 3 journals.
3 journals.
From
Okay, I'll read through the journals then.
Arkin household, yeah?
Yeah.
Sure, run me a library use, Sloane here.
I'll nat 20 it. Why
Alrighty,
not? I've got
why
them. Gotta use them. May as well.
You read through these journals, which are from Henry Arkin. He appears to be the one in the family who can write. And amongst the scribbles about the farm, there's a lot of details about when the crops need to be, plowed, when he needs to go out on the farm to do certain tasks and stuff like this. He keeps track of all of these things. There are also personal notes about, what he's been doing in his own personal life. He speaks about having gone into Dunwich. In the past, he often goes in there for supplies to speak with Joe, I believe his name is, who runs the local store. He also speaks about never wishing to visit Dunwich again after the Cold Spring Glen incident. He seems to be a fairly superstitious kind of person. And in the past week or so, he's been having terrible nightmares and dreams, which have been getting worse, which revolve around a golden artifact.
So they're basically just vague details about the golden artifact.
The golden artifact, and he also senses something which he believes is underground, something which is unknowably evil, that brings him a great sense of dread at the end of his dream, and then he wakes up.
Right. Okay. Does it say anything as to how he got the place got so infected with the fungus and stuff? Is there any mention of that?
Let me see.
Or is it just a natural, because they have to use the water, it just got there?
He writes how they never used to use that cellar, and he went down there and it was there.
Okay, so what did he? I'm assuming he doesn't say why he never used that. So it was just
like an old storage cellar, it would seem like. Yeah, there's plenty of crap around there, just like old farming tools and the like. They probably just store it in there, and opened it up one day to fetch something, and he noticed that there was a great deal of spores down there, which seemed to get, more and more. And then you can link that event to when he started to have these nightmares as well at a similar sort of time.
Okay, so we know the spores definitely are linking with nightmare.
A really bad hygiene.
Okay. But if I'm not mistaken, Wizard Waitley is this fungus, right? That releases the spores, right?
Oh, sure.
So this is me just talking out loud. So would he have controlled that? Would that have been...
You can roll me an idea roll.
Yeah. I think I will. What's my idea? Oh shit. Yeah, I pass.
Yeah, you've got a word of a sentient fungus in Dr. Alan Pierce's brain that's spoken to Jolly that he isn't involved with Squire Waitley somehow. So, if you believe what he says, then yeah, maybe Squire Waitley and Wizard Waitley the fungus are at odds and don't want the Golden Pharaoh. Yay. If you don't believe them, then maybe they are working together somehow. Maybe they aren't so at each other's necks as Wizard Waitley, the fungus, would like you to believe. It's not as though you've got any other kind of fact which proves that, other than the word of the sentient fungus in Dr. Alan Pierce's brain.
It's just ideas at the moment. Okay, yeah, no problem. Yeah, that's basically what I do for the journey.
All right.
As Garen's driving, he's going to kind of glance back at one point to Sloane and say, Sloane, that thing that you do you think that you could use your ability to find out more about what's going on with Alan, with Lou and I? Find out anything. I just, the lack of information right now is what scares me the most.
What would you like me to find out?
How we stop it, what it is. He's saying the Wizard Waitley's talking to him, but something about everything doesn't quite add up for me.
My thing that I do, I have no control over what it shows me, and it takes a great deal out of me to do the things. So I fail to see what I could possibly offer insight for. If anything, I feel that I would open myself up to infection myself.
He'll look back up at the rearview mirror, kind of gauging your response, and he'll say, well, we don't want that. No, we don't want that.
No, we don't.
Well, it was just an idea. I'm just scared. I'm just scared.
I know.
He'll look back out, keep an eye on the road, and go quiet.
We're going to bring in our viewer decision, first one of the day here. Underneath this line in chat, you guys are going to tell me, what do they encounter along the road?
Sunshine and lollipops.
Yep.
Sunshine, lollipops, and rainbows. Everything that scares those eldritch horrors away.
Alright then. Garen, you can roll me a drive auto here.
Oh, I'm going to use a nat 20 for that.
Good
I'm really
idea.
bad at driving.
Yeah, good idea. You're going through some particularly tough terrain, and like really muddy, really wet and churny kind of ground. You have to get out every now and again to like push her through and get your boots, and probably like you like begin to. It's the kind of mud where you begin to like sink into it the longer you stand on it as you're heading through these fields. Sloan, you can roll me a spot hidden as you're looking out through the windows here.
Okie pokey. What's my spot hidden, by the way? What is it? 40. No. Don't see a thing.
Okay.
I rolled a 78.
Very good. That's good. Oh, don't worry about that. So yeah, you begin to head along. As far as you can tell, Sloan, it's just like wet and dark out here. You don't see any sight of Henry Ark, and you don't see any sight of anyone else as you're getting closer towards the mill. You've been traveling for about an hour, so the first half of your journey's probably done by now.
We were going to stop. We weren't going to go all the way to the mill. We were going to stop like halfway, or at least, like maybe the mill's just in sight. So, yeah, I just wanted to get away from that farm, basically.
Okay. Yeah, after about an hour or so, you're going to begin to be able to spot when there are flashes of lightning, the mill in the distance. You notice that the fields around it, and you'll stop just before you get to this, are incredibly thick crops, almost to the point where it looks like the crops have grown out into a small forest of tangled vines and webs. It almost looks like a hedge maze, but of vines. And all around this area by the mill, as it's illuminated by these flashes of lightning and strikes of white lightning, you spot that everything in this area seems to be overgrown. There is a atmosphere of decay and this degeneracy in the area of the plant life, and at the same time the rampant growth of the vine seems very strange to you. If you just like wind down the window, you smell this incredibly thick, heavy smell of death, and yet at the same time it looks like the plant life around the mill has grown to unearthly levels.
What are the crops? Are they just literally just vines?
At this point, it looks like they're vines. You'd have to get closer to really inspect them.
Can I? I don't suppose I can see any like green fungus or anything on them from where I am.
No, not from where you are.
Didn't think so.
It is a kind of storm as well, where it probably is getting towards dawn at this point, but it's still incredibly dark in the area because the storm clouds are just so thick.
Of course, yeah. I'm just gonna wait until at least daylight. I ain't going out in the dark.
Garen will stop the car and kind of pull off before they get to the really thick stuff, the thick vines, and he'll glance back over his shoulder at Sloan. He'll say, I think this is where we stop for the night. Let everyone else wake up. If you need to get some sleep, I can keep a watch until morning, or we can wake up Jolly there or someone and let them take a turn. But I think we, from here, all go together.
Yes. No, you sleep. I will stay awake.
All right. Well, I won't turn that down. Do you want to trade me spots so you're up here in case you need to drive off real quick like?
If that would put your mind at ease.
It would.
Very well. And I'll get in the front.
Garen will climb back in the back.
That's me.
Excellent. The viewer decisions on the screen, guys. You can click to vote when you're on desktop. Some really interesting ideas here from you guys. So, who's taking watch?
I am.
Excellent. Sloan, you can run me a spot hidden.
Of course.
We've got 3 nat 20s.
I know. You know what? I'll use another nat 20. I don't want them to whinge that I missed something on the watch.
Absolutely. The peer pressure is what I do.
Yeah.
Yeah, you notice that there are these same birds seem to be following you, Sloane. They're medium-sized, brown-coloured songbirds which seem to thrive in this area, and they have this strange kind of like whipping sort of noise, kind of noise that they make quite incessantly. They have quite a loud songbird. They're in some number. You know, there seems to be like a small flock of them seem to follow you most places.
Offering.
And and as this happens, Isreven lays £30, 2 wild magic surge for Sloane, 1 for Lou, 1 for Garen, 1 for Alan, and 1 for Kip. Thanks so much, Isreven.
God damn it.
These strange birds seem to be an omen. What's up, Isreven? How you doing, buddy? Let's wild magic up, shall we?
Numero uno.
So we're going to roll these here, and we'll get to them. So, redundant, yours was 7, 9, 30?
Yep, 793 was the first one. I did get 2.
Yes, you did get 2.
Okay.
This is interesting. When Sloane next sleeps, he sleeps for 20 days, and 2d20 days and nights.
Jesus.
That's going to be interesting. Don't go to sleep, Sloane.
He sleeps, what was it, 2d20 days?
2d20 days and nights.
Jesus.
And
Sloane doesn't really sleep.
True. Wow. 5105. You assert that you're on the verge of exterminating the human race.
What?
Well, I mean, it's not so far off from what you guys are doing right now. I mean, this is basically the being infected has led Sloane to basically believe that you guys are carriers, right? Of this disease, which is good to kill everyone if you are particularly fatalistic. Lou, 8127.
Yep.
8127. Ooh. A perfect 10-foot sphere of ice appears at the target point. Sloane, as you're looking out of the window, you notice that the ice is beginning to form on the car, on the top of the car, as if it's gotten suddenly incredibly cold in this area as these birds arrive and look at you. The whole car begins to, like, freeze.
I don't see anything, do I? Apart from the birds.
Not yet. And,
Supplies.
Don, 585. Ooh. Garen, you wake up because you suddenly can't breathe. Yeah, for the next 14 seconds, Garen kind of just can't breathe. He wakes up and it's just cold, and you kind of, trying to, like, draw in air, but you just can't. And go ahead.
Oh, so for Garen, it's like a panic attack when he wakes up and he can't breathe, and it surprises him, and he's gasping, and he's like slapping the window next to him.
Does it wake me up?
Okay, yeah. Pierce
Most
wakes
likely.
up and immediately goes into his bag and pulls out a knife to perform an emergency tracheotomy.
Let's see, Greg. Kip asserts that he will die if he touches metal. You're like, I'll be
We're in a
damned.
car.
I'll be damned if I touch metal. I'll die before I touch metal. You love your bat so much. Beautiful.
I'm glad that Aaron didn't get that.
1953 for Dr. Pierce. This is bad.
Always
So,
is.
Dr. Pierce, you wake up and you feel as though your head is really heavy and it has like swollen. Your skin has like swollen and turned blotchy. Almost like you're doing one of those polymorph potions in Harry Potter, right? And your cranium has enlarged by 25% as the spores in your brain grow stronger and reproduce at a more rapid rate.
So Watley put on the big head coat.
And that's what you guys see. So basically, ice begins to form on the car as Sloane sees these birds as you're maybe a mile out from the mill, this thick forest of vines in front of you. Dr. Pierce's head is blotchy and huge from the spores that are reproducing on it. Garen wakes up having a panic attack from what's happening. And as this ice begins to form on the car, about 30 feet in front of you, Sloane, you see a child. A young boy, probably about 7 years old, and his throat has been slashed open. You can roll me a sanity check, Sloane, as you spot this.
Naturally.
Think I'm asleep.
Ooh, I pass.
Nice.
I rolled it a 20.
You're only going to lose half of that, so you lose 3. As you see the boy.
As I lose the 3 sanity, I'm going to start the engine and attempt to gun it in reverse.
All right. You see the boy just kind of looking at you. 6 or 7 years old only, still blood, still dripping from his throat as he just looks at you. The ice forms on the car, and the big birds, they begin to shriek and they begin to scream. And the birds just begin to go, this huge chorus of them, and they begin to flutter around the car.
Yeah, I'm gunning it backwards. I'm getting out of here.
Yeah.
Well, attempting to anyway.
You can run me a drive.
What's my drive? Oh my god. Oh my.
Who is this somebody who needs help? What's going on?
You know what? I'm gonna use a nat 20. I'm gonna use a nat 20 to drive,
Alright.
so I can get the hell out of here.
Go around.
Absolutely. Yeah, you kind of revel the engine and put it into reverse and just begin to gun the car backwards as fast as you can possibly go. And you begin to head away from the area and pulling it away from the boy, and the birds are just whipping around your car.
Roll them up.
Yeah. At this point, all of you guys can see the boy. So we can roll a...
Oh, we're all awake.
We're gonna roll some
I
sanity
was
checks.
asleep.
Oh, there's no way you're sleeping through the sound of these birds. Success from Mr. Garen.
I'm gonna use my advantage.
Good idea.
Extreme success.
Ooh.
That's a fail, so
I'd
that's
like
fine.
to-
I still fail.
Nice.
Here, Will.
Do I drop 20 on these?
Oh, yeah.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Alright, so... let's see. 2 for Garen, because he passed. Dr. Pierce. Oh, you take 1.
Just got that one back.
Yeah. Kip on a 1, and Lou on a 1 as well. Wow,
Yes.
I rolled pretty poorly on that d6 there.
Whew. Okay.
Cthulhu giveth, Cthulhu taketh.
Indeed. Well, you're not out of the you're not out of the woods yet. The birds are still just whipping around you as Sloane puts the car into reverse, and you begin to pull away from the area. And the boy seems to be walking towards you. Even as you're pulling away, the boy seems to be walking towards you still, and the birds are whipping around. If you could get this thing into going forwards, you'd go a lot faster than if you were just reversing the whole way down this dirt track.
Oh yeah, I would basically the plan is to reverse as far as I can, so it's quite far away, then spin it round and then gun it.
Hey, Sloane, I don't mean to step on your parade here, but you want to switch positions, perhaps? You're doing a great job, but...
Honestly, I mean, that might be a good idea, but I don't want to get out of this car.
Just jump over the seat, man. This isn't a
Come
cab.
back
There
here
ain't
with
no
us.
fire.
Okay.
Because
So
that's
I'll
fucking
basically
terrifying.
I'll stop and spin it like that because it's gotta look cool. And then as I stop it, I'm gonna get into the back and let Jolly get in front.
Beautiful. As you're, as you swing this thing around and you jump, and there's an awkward 5 seconds where everyone's maneuvering around in the car. The boy is gonna run, and just gets out into an all-out sprint as the blood is just coming out from his neck, and he's just running at his top speed towards you. And he slams his hands down on the front of the car to try stop it, and the ice goes all over it as well. Again, begins to freeze and get cold as a boy's looking straight at you.
We have to cuddle together for warmth.
Faster, must go faster.
So, Kip.
Yeah, Jolly's gonna gun it into the kid.
Nice, you're going straight forwards?
Oh, hell yeah.
Nice. You can run me drive.
Wait, get ready for the fail, guys.
Yeah. I believe.
Gotta be
Almost,
two away, but just so you you basically just like set a running right forwards, and the boy just kind of as you like run him over, and you hear like a boom as the car bounces upwards as you run over the kid, and the birds begin to shriek even stronger, and they are like trying to bust in through this glass right now. And they get really angry as you run over the boy, and you hear the kind of like shriek and the crunch of bone as you just straight up run him over. We can roll some sanity checks for murdering a boy in the car here.
Well, you know,
Yeah,
I know
yeah,
it's not a boy.
Yeah, really?
Here we go.
Even if you're the one doing the
Wow, that's a fail.
Son
Another
of a
fail.
bitch.
Nice.
I'm gonna use a crit success.
All right. Let's do that. I'm gonna use some here as well. So we got fail from Sloan, fail from Greg, fail from Pruitt, success from the two of you guys. Nice. 100 double damage, exactly, that's right. The two. So we're gonna roll push a D8 down here. I'm gonna use some of my nat 20s to like max to crit the sanity loss here, because that sounds like such a great idea. Well done, Latu. It's working for the right guys here. So Sloan, you did roll you did roll fucking 100. You can lose 8 sanity on this as a D8. Let's do the same for Kip. Spend another one of those 20s. Lose 8 sanity. And let's do another one for Dr. Allen as well. Let's grab those 3 nat 20s. Total of 24 sanity loss and poof, boom, one go. Garen and Lou succeeded, so they're gonna take we're gonna level a die and half this down to 1 for Garen, and Lou loses 1 as well. Wow, I'm good at rolling these 1s on the D6.
Not for me, and not.
Beautiful. There's 10 insanities for the 3 of you, right?
Yeah.
Beautiful. Well, let's go to the mill, is what you guys are thinking. You guys are thinking right now, we gotta get to the mill as fast as possible. We have to get this golden ferronnier, because it's the only way we're getting out of here. Henry Arkin had the right idea. Let's go. So, the birds are kind of like trying to bust in through the windows, like trying to shatter through the glass. They're kind of ponging off. If you've ever had like a bird like, hit into your window or in your house or something like that, there's that kind of pong as they go down. And they're trying to bust through. Kip's in control, and what do you want to do, Kip?
Well, the birds are trying to bust through. It doesn't give me a whole lot of flexibility here because Kip wants to get to the mill, which is straight down the road, and he's going to try to be like evasive maneuvering. If there's like a flight of them coming at the front window or something, he'll try, but he's not going to obviously alter course. He's going to continue straight down the road. So I got to be true to the temp insanity. He's gunning it, but he's going to do defensive driving without altering course. That makes sense.
Everyone who lost their minds can gain a wild magic surge from Isreaver. So Sloan and Kip and Dr. Allen get a wild magic surge here. 6398 for Dr. Allen. 6398. Oh, interesting. Dr. Allen, you feel the need to carry a blade at all times that has never drawn blood. Interesting. You can decide why that is that Dr. Allen needs that. But he certainly feels that need deep within him. As for Kip, 6248. Wow. Interesting. Target is suddenly sitting in the bucket of the nearest catapult. Not sure exactly where the nearest catapult is.
Well, if a car hits something and you're not
if a car hits something, then you're probably you're probably in the nearest catapult. Yeah, no seatbelt on. Yeah, Kip realizes that there's no seatbelt. We'll say that there is a collision point coming up here in a couple of seconds that we'll get to, which may cause you to catapult. And then for Sloan, 6352. Ooh. What's the closest thing to your spell book, Sloan? Probably like your history books on your occult books, right?
Yeah.
You realize that your occult books are bound tightly shut in barbed wire.
Oh, shit.
Something does not want you to read the occult texts today. It's called Isreaver. Nice. So, as you guys are driving, Kip, roll me a drive auto. You see that coming up here. There's a few, tractors in the fields that you're going to want to avoid here. Nice. Oh, damn, extreme. So you gotta swerve off away from these things and head into the vines of the fields around the mill, which are thick and heavy. And as you do so, the birds begin to back away as you just shoot the car into the field.
A resplendent
And
offering.
Latudane's 20 pounds. This is starting to feel like Cthulhu again. Let's give everyone another nat 1 and a wild magic surge for a random player. Who should we give a wild magic surge to? Let's roll a d5. So, 1 starting as Sloan and 5 being Pruitt. Pruitt, roll me a wild magic surge here. It didn't work, did it? Didn't work at all. Let's see if we can copy these. Get some nat 1s for everyone.
Honestly, all I want to do before the end of this game is roll 4077 for my wild surge.
What does that do?
It's the unit from MASH.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm not old.
It's okay.
How dare you?
You'll get there. Hey man, I was 2 when that show was canceled, so.
All right, so 2.
I was not.
I was not. 2949. Ooh, interesting. If you get hit by a bludgeon if you get hit by Kip's bat, basically on a natural 20, you have divine vision. Pretty dope. You become a god.
Into him.
Become a god. Dope. So, you are deep into the fields at this point, as you are, having this fucking crazy set of visions. This boy been run over before, heading through the thick vines and fields, and this is almost impossible going, Kip. As you as you pull the car in there, first of all, the momentum of the car just smashes through the first vines, and you get deep inside it, and the birds can't follow you. And then after half a minute of going through this thing, you just hear the engine of this thing and the tires just getting caught up in these vines, and the tires just burst out as the engine begins to go from the ice which is on it, and then just getting clogged up in just so much fucking vine, and the car comes to a crawling stop. And at this point, your temporary insanity is over.
Okay, the first thing that Kip does is he pulls his legs up out of the driver's well, tells everybody to shield their eyes, and he kicks out the front windshield.
You can roll me strength.
I can do that. Hopefully, can do that.
I'm not able to shield all of my eyes because they're too big now.
You massive eyes.
That's a hard success.
Nice. You kind of crack it open, and the pane just shatters.
Yeah, he's going to just punch the whole thing out. Once it cracks and once the frame gives, he should be able to just pop it right out.
Yep.
So, yeah, he blows it out and then steps out onto the hood and pulls his bat out.
All right. What do the rest of you guys do?
That warily.
Okay.
So our temporary insanity of getting to this mill's gone now.
Correct.
Yes?
Yeah. You're now in the middle of the fields. The birds don't seem to have followed you here. And the boy has been run over before, so the immediate danger of something eating your eyes or eating your body seems to be gone. However, you are stuck in a fieldless vines, and the vines, they just smell just absolutely gagging. And you look around you as you kind of come out. Kip opens of the car and jumps out of the bat, and you can see all around you these vines, which are probably 8 to 9 feet tall in places. They are just rotted and decayed. And they just smell like dead people, basically. It's just that horrible fetid stink and stench of decay which is all around you. they're kind of grayed and turned into like kind of that wet mush that kind of plant mulch turns into, and they seem to be oozing this kind of clear grey liquid as well.
Is it light yet? As in, like, becoming dawn?
It's becoming dawn, but the storm overhead does not appear to be abating.
I think Sloane's just going to slump down in the car and just stay there and wait. I mean, until at least someone says it's okay to get out. So yeah, he's just basically going to slump down and hide.
Garen will get out, and he'll pull his sword out with him, just to kind of get shoulder to shoulder with Jolly there. And he's gonna look around. Are these strange plants, these decaying plants, are they moving at all? Or is there anything strange about them in a lifelike way?
Sure. They do seem to move somewhat. At first, it seems like the winds of the storm just seem to be moving them around, and then you notice that some of them move in opposite directions to that which the wind is blowing in. And they don't seem to move in a particularly quick way. It's just a kind of slow lumbering against the wind. They seem to be able to move in such a way. Their bodies sort of almost undulate.
Towards us?
Not at all times, no. Sometimes, yes, but at other times it seems like they just have a will of their own.
Jolly, I don't think we should stay here.
I agree. Jolly closes his eyes for a second, and the Eye of Providence on the bat winks, and then the sigils turn blue, and the cold frost starts coming off of his bat. We need to get everybody out of here. Garen, this isn't a good place. Even those birds wouldn't come in.
Garen will climb back down, and he'll crack open the door, and he'll pop his head, and he'll say, Alan, Sloane, Lou,
Yeah.
come on, we need to get going.
We do. Okay.
Hey, Lou.
Yeah.
Don't tell the others. Do you have a knife I could borrow?
How many do you want? I just took a bunch from the old house.
You did?
I did. They got pretty swirlies on them. They were so pretty.
Pretty swirlies?
They do. Yeah.
Like the what? They were monogrammed?
No, that looks swirlies. Look. And I'll pull out. How many knives were there? Because however many pretty swirly things there were, she took them all.
Oh, like 6 of them.
Alright, I'll pull out like 6 of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They have absolutely no symbols on them, Dr. Pierce.
Do I see symbols on them still, or
No,
there's just...
there aren't any symbols on them.
Well, the swirlies went away.
Right.
They were there. I'm like, they were there.
As I'm sitting here with my giant head, I'm like, listen, I believe you. Crazy stuff's happening.
It is. Yeah, I guess they're not pretty anymore, so you can have however many you want.
And I just like look at them. I mean, are they just like, what are they just like steak knives?
No, even steak knives, like butter knives. You know, they're like if you go into your kitchen drawer and you wanted to butter some toast, and they are from a simple farmyard house, right?
Okay, well, at least part of Pierce's conscience is at ease, and he'll take a butter knife. That's considered a blade.
All right, I'll give you 2 because they're not pretty anymore, and I gotta give them to somebody.
Yeah, you don't want to break up the set.
No.
Okay.
There you go. You get 2, 1 for each hand. That's how I like to go.
And I'll pocket the butter knives.
All right.
Putting this weird feeling at bay.
And then I'm gonna grab a blanket and kind of wrap it around me so that these weird vines don't touch me. So they're gross and icky.
Yeah, were you you found yourself in the car has made a little clearing basically. It pushed through and ran over some of the vines and just kind of burst through them. Were you to walk through this field towards the mill for about a mile that it would take to get there? There's no way that you'd be able to not touch the vines. They're so closely clumped together that you'd need a machete to hack through these things. And even then, it would. It'd probably take hours. These things are
Is there not
big.
a trail that the car left as it plowed through?
Somewhat, yeah.
Okay.
That way lies the birds and the boy.
Oh, nope.
Is there any other kind of path, like besides going through the vines or back to the road, or are those the only two options that we see?
At the moment, you can see that. Yeah, you're in this back along the roads where you came from, which is eventually would end you back up in Arkham, and then further on towards the mill, which is with the vines, which don't seem to their credit to have done anything towards you yet. They just seem super weird and dead.
Will, could I lift Lou up if I had Jolly stand on the top of the roof of the car and lift Lou up? That would give us probably about 10 to 15 feet of
Yeah, you'd be able
height.
to see.
Yeah. Hey, Lou.
Yeah.
You want to do like a de facto pirate ship crow's nest type thing? I'm
Oh
gonna
my
lift you up.
gosh, yes! I've always wanted to be a pirate.
All right, come on. And he's gonna like post her up, you know, to see what she can see.
Absolutely.
What do my hobo eyes see?
Well, you can see the mill in the distance when the flickers of lightning come down upon you. And by the way, you guys are pretty quickly drenched in the rain, which is pretty thick out here. Yeah, you can see the mill. You can make out the mill. Beyond the mill, you can see that the village of Dunwich must lie in that direction. You'd have to go further past the mill and or maybe around it, and you could get to the village of Dunwich. You can see the lights on from the several houses and farmhouses in that area. Back the way you came, you can see that in the very far distance you can make out where Arkham is.
Okay, do I see Mr. Henry Arkin anywhere?
You do not see Henry Arkin anywhere.
Okay. Look, oh, I think I got a pretty good view of everything.
Okay, he'll lower her down, and he turns to the dock and says, "Hey, Doc, the birds, nothing followed us in here. Did your buddy follow us in here? Your passenger, your traveler?"
Wiz, are you there?
I am always here, Dr. Pierce.
Yes, he's here.
All right, well, hey, tell him we're on our way. Hey,
Oh,
Wizard.
Yeah, we're almost there. He knows. I'm sure he knows.
We're making great time, Wizard. What about these vines, Wizard? What should we do about them?
Is there something to be done about the vines?
I do not care.
Yeah, he says he's powerless to do that.
I figured. There must be limits.
Yeah.
But, you know, what are you going to do?
Sloan is sorry. Sloan was just gonna very slowly get out of the car and use his snake, Bishop Amadeus III, and have it roll down his arm again, and he extends his hand and it basically turns back into a staff, and he's gonna just nudge the vines and the crops to see if there's any reaction.
Yeah, you prod the vines. They leak a greyish green fluid down onto the ground for you. Other than that, they do not appear to react. They don't jerk away, and they don't snap towards you.
So do they look like the fungus stuff?
A little. They look more.
Educated guess?
Yeah, you could roll me an idea roll here.
Yeah, I mean, I'm guessing that's it. I fail.
It's very difficult to say without like touching things or really smelling things, which you're probably not trying to do. They look similar, but these things look a lot more dead than anything else.
Right.
They do look a little bit like how dead the former inmates at Arkham Asylum had looked like when they attacked you at the Miskatonic University.
Right. I guess we have two options. Well, three, technically. One, we can go back and talk to that lovely child.
No.
Two, we could venture into the vines and hope we make our way through. Or three, we stay put and hope something comes along.
Well, I mean, we were going to the mill. I think we should go. I think we should move on. I mean, The vines, if they were going to attack us, maybe would have done it. As we're just standing here getting drenched. And I'm starting to think, well, I might just pull out that black mask and put it on for a second, just to see what happens.
Does it still fit your face?
This is tiny little children's
I'll
mask.
just use it as an eye patch. Like,
Yeah. Absolutely. You throw on the mask.
just to see if it affects the wizard at all.
Absolutely. It seems to. I mean, you can always sense that he's there. It's like something in the back of your mind that is there. You do sense that kind of like diminish somewhat, although its hold over you is clearly incredibly strong.
Okay.
Garen will he'll sort out. He'll also get that vial of holy water that he keeps inside his jacket pocket out, and he'll say, "Well, if we're going to the mill and these things attack, then we'll deal with that as it comes. But I don't think that we should stay here any longer getting wet."
I agree. Whatever
Alright.
we have to decide, we have to decide quickly.
We should
You
probably
hear-
keep moving towards the mill.
You
I
hear
don't know.
small footsteps coming towards you from the direction of the road,
Like kid-sized footsteps.
possibly.
Yeah,
I
no,
can
I'll
hear them
grab
from
I'll
the
grab
side.
Baxter and Larry and we go. Baxter's my cat's name.
My giant ears detect footsteps, guys. We should
Hold Baxter and Larry sits on my head.
You're like the BFG now, Brett.
Yeah.
Yeah, as you hear these kind of footsteps padding towards you, you begin to head off, you hear a little voice say, "Help! Help! I'm lost."
I ignore it. Straight up ignore it.
Garen looks back. He wants to see what's going on.
Yeah, you wait a second and the little boy that you see a throat slashed open, and like tire tracks all over his body now where he's been run over. Clearly there's no way this kid should be alive whatsoever. Dead several times as far as you're concerned. Broken bones, like bone just slipping, like just sticking out from his arm where his his arm's just been run over, and just kind of looks at you, 6 or 7 years old. Can you help?
I'm gone. I'm already gone. I'm not even there.
Garen steps forward and he looks down at the kid and he says, "Boy, what's your name?"
The name is James.
And James, what happened to you?
I went to the mill and now I can't leave.
Okay.
James, will you close your eyes for me there?
I'm very tired.
Does Garen get the sense that this boy, who there's no way he should be alive, right? Is he alive? Like, can I tell? Is this a spirit or is this a living boy?
Everything would tell you that this thing is a spirit who is unable to move on. It's most likely possessed by something.
Garen will take the holy water and he'll dab a little bit onto 3 of his fingertips, and he's scared of touching this child, but he's gonna draw his fingers down in the sign of the cross, and he's gonna whisper, "Go now. Go in peace." And he's gonna try to use sign of power to see if he can easily cast the spirit out.
Alright. I think you make a power roll on this.
Yeah, I'll nat 20 that.
Nice. Yeah. You see the boy look up at you as his eyes are closed and he just smiles for a moment. Thank you. And he begins to just disintegrate into the ground as like his face just almost melts away, and he goes down into the ground and forms a clear greyish green fluid on the floor.
Garen's staring at the fluid, eyes wide, terrified. He's never seen anything like that before. But as he sort of starts to calm down, he turns away back to the others and he says, well, should we be continuing now?
I'll say, Father, and you're quite possibly either the bravest man I've ever seen or the dumbest, but
The most foolish.
Well, I am who I am.
Then you are one dead man walking. In slow-mo. Move on.
Will, how did the vines that were around the car and everything react when that green slush that was the kid hit it? Did it react?
It didn't seem to react very much. What you notice now, however, is almost when roots pull in water from the ground, the fluid begins to like seep back into the ground, and the plants almost like draw it into themselves, right? Like a form of osmosis, but more like the root is pulling it in with a kind of like sucking in the fluids into the plants.
And does it seem to have any type of effect other than it's just pulling in the sludge that once was this kid?
The plant seems to grow somewhat. Some more vines sprout out from the vine quite slowly at first, begin to wind their way in, but as the fluids go into it, it looks like the plant gains in strength.
death beats death.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay, so he gets out the jar of priest blood, does not open it, and he looks longingly at Garen for a second, and then he colds on the bat again and starts going through heading towards best possible route, I guess, right, guys, to the mill.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I concur.
So you begin to do that. Jolly, you can roll me a strength check as you're batting your way through these vines.
Okay. Strength it is. That's an extreme.
Very
success.
nice. The Kip's got some rest, and his energy is kind of back with him. So he just pretty nimbly begins to like hack his way through it, like he's in the Amazon jungle with a machete right now, just smashing through these vines. They don't appear to have any ill will towards him as he attacks them. They just kind of crumple. It's just that they're very thick, so it's almost like taking down small trees. But they're more pulpy and mushy, so they're a bit more malleable than that, really. And you hack your way through them as the rain continues to make this whole area just sludgy and the ground incredibly wet. It's not easy going whatsoever. After a couple of hours of cutting through this thing together, all of you are probably going to be quite tired. It's like going through some really thick, ground. And you begin to hear the sound of moving water ahead of you. And you break out into a tributary of what must be the Miskatonic River. And at this point, it is fairly wide. You've heard the water for some time, and it's clearly running quite fast and quite thick in this area through the fields. And it's probably 15, 20 feet across, so fairly substantially across part of the river, which is flowing very quickly. The smell coming from the water, however, is just even worse, probably 10 times worse than what you've been dealing with the pulp and the vines. You've almost gotten used to that sickly, sweet smell of decay, which forms itself into an ever-present headache in your heads. But this is enough to almost make you all vomit, and you can roll me Constitution saves here. I say saves because I'm used to playing D&D. Just roll Constitution.
I've smelled worse hobos on the street.
You have, yeah.
I've smelled worse. I mean, honestly.
I have not.
I succeed.
Nice.
Garen fails.
So everybody except from Sloan and Lou fails.
I've done Bower sections, and this is nothing compared.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You'll begin to like choke up and vomit, and it just gives you the worst feeling of sickness. You're going to lose 3 hit points through this process as you just begin to like cough up lungs, and you know there's probably some blood with the spit that you're coughing up here. It is incredibly painful to be just in this area and smell the river. And there appear to be things moving across in the river as this fast-flowing water goes past you. And it's not clean, fresh, clear water that you'd be used to seeing in a river. It is algae, thick, green sludge, which is just like pushing its way through. And it looks like there are fish in the water. But they're not just any fish. Because these fish have strange heads. They have the heads of infants, children, as they push their way through the water. Behind them, this long fish-like body with multiple hands coming out from either side where there should be gills. And there are swarms of them. This is like salmon, you know, going through a river at the peak time. There are hundreds, maybe even thousands of these creatures, which of course you need to roll sanity checks for.
Okay,
And this,
you
we
so
can
much will. Not 20!
Nat 20.
Any other nat 20s want to be spent before we roll here? Before we roll, any nat 20s? Sloan, nat 20?
No more fish, baby.
No, I'll just roll it.
Sloan succeeds.
And I succeed.
Yeah. It's about all that you can take as you see them just like worming their way through here. The heads of infant children being pulled along by strange fish-like, almost prehistoric looking animals. And then you hear the sounds of them, a chorus, a cacophony of as they pull themselves through the green sludge and slime onwards to whatever destination. Like children crying.
So which direction are they crawling?
I'll Lindy put them back up. They are heading downstream with the current of the river.
And I'm assuming Dunwich is downstream.
It is headed downstream towards Dunwich.
Is there a bridge so we don't have to go through this?
There is no apparent bridge at the intersection that you've come to.
In that case, I'm just going to continue. But I strongly suggest that we just follow the whatever this is until we find a bridge.
Yes, I'm not one for getting into that. The mill is downstream, close, yes?
The mill is across the riverbank.
Gosh.
Dunwich would lie, if you will, walk for long enough, and of course it's several miles until you get to it, would take you eventually to the village of Dunwich, you think.
And how wide did you say the river was right here?
15 feet.
What's upstream? What's in the opposite direction? from these
More
creatures?
vines and more river as far as you can tell at this point. You'd think possibly, you know, maybe Arkham, maybe the coastline, if you went far enough.
I would imagine there would be a bridge more Dunwich side, so downriver rather than up. Yeah, I suggest we follow this symphony of horror until we find a bridge.
Do we think that whatever waits for us in Dunwich is safer than just going across this river right
Any
now?
trees nearby?
No trees.
I mean, I
Vines.
don't.
The vines are tall enough potentially to cut down and form a small bridge if you were to, you know, perhaps lash them together. I mean, it's not impossible.
I don't believe we have to go all the way to Dunwich. I just believe that there will be more likely a bridge in that direction rather than up. Hopefully, we'll find one before we reach Dunwich.
Yeah, I don't have my bridge making Boy Scout badge, so
Rookie.
Well, then, are we heading towards Dunwich, looking for a bridge, then? Is that... we're all together?
Unless someone has a other suggestion.
I didn't think to take any ladders or anything from the farmhouse. So a bridge would be much nicer than crossing whatever the bloody hell is in that water.
Left my
Down
team
river.
full with my other D&D character.
I mean, I've got some mouse traps, but I don't think that'll help us very much.
You
Well,
might take one or two of them out. Don't sell yourself short, Lou.
It's true. It's true.
You say it's 15 feet across, right?
Yeah.
Well, and getting directly across the river is where we want to go, right? But we're trying to figure out how to get.
Yeah.
Is there like a narrower point on the river, like up or down?
At this point, you can see like 10, 15 feet across, down either side. So you'd have to travel further if you wanted to see where a thinner line might be.
Jolly steps forward, and the bat begins to glow blue or kind of purple now that there's priest blood wrapped inside the sigils. And each step he takes, there's frost coming out of his footprints and his boot prints in the ground. And as he walks up to the riverbank, he takes his bat, and the Eye of Providence closes, and he puts it underneath the water. And from his bat, an expanse of ice starts to creep out across the front of the river. And after about 30 to 60 seconds, it completes and forms a bridge across to the other side. And he pulls the bat out and turns back around, and like frost and steam come out of his eyes and mouth as he turns back around.
And that's 2 sanity.
Right
loss.
this way.
Well,
Jolly,
New.
where'd you get that bat?
Friend gave it to me. Services rendered.
It's a good friend.
Best friend.
Is it safe? You think it's safe for us to cross there?
Jolly walks out on top of it.
Seems safe enough. The
Fair
the creatures who are like blocked in the path because of the ice appear to be like trying to pull themselves up with their strange hands and try and like flop themselves over the ice, but they really don't seem like they're well made for movement on land, even though they are somewhat amphibious by the looks of things. So eventually enough of them pile up to the point where they crawl over one another and begin to form a small bridge across the land.
There's no eventually. Before it gets to eventually, Ruth's just like, ah! And just runs across the bridge as fast as she can.
Yeah, Sloane's going. Yeah, when he notices what they're doing, he's going.
I'm not gonna wait for them to pile up. It's not gonna sink. Gone.
Yeah, Pierce goes across. Puts this scene behind him.
Nice. Alright, so you find yourselves on the other side of the Miskatonic tributary, and you're in the fields once again, and you're closer to the mill at this point. You're on the final stretch towards the mill, going through the thick, heavy vines once again. So, what would you guys like to do?
Before Garen crosses the water, we all vomited up when we got to the bank of the river. Well,
That's
some
right.
of us did, right?
Yeah.
Having watched Jolly go across before he heads over, he's gonna go over to where Jolly vomited and look down at the pile, and he's looking for spores. He's curious.
Nice. Roll me a spore hidden.
Does it fail?
Can't spot any.
He'll go across with everybody else then.
Alright. And thank you to the 2 donates £15. Here's 5 more nat 20s for Garen. Hey! Alright, nice. Might need some of these. Excellent. I'll pop these on here. So who's taking point? You're still headed towards the mill, yeah? Alrighty. So Kip, if you are hacking your way through the vines, you can roll me a strength check here.
Yes, sir.
Let's see. Yeah, not bad at all. Not bad at all. It's still slow going. It's going to be another couple of hours until you get close to the mill, but eventually you hack your way through enough of these thick, heavy vines. And by the way, by the time you've done this, you're all covered in this grey-green juice, this oozy fluid, which seems to have, just like excretes from these plants whenever they're hit or battered away. It just kind of squelches everywhere. But you do break your way out from the field of vines and up towards the mill. You see the mill before you. It is basically an old water mill. Looks like it doubles as a sawmill as well, as these huge, like, ancient logs of wood lie rotten above. And this big kind of water wheel turns round and round through another tributary of the Miskatonic River, which again just stinks horrifically. And as the water wheel turns, as it's in motion through the water, the fish-like baby creatures are being turned upon it as well. And every now and again, one of them will rise out of the water, and you hear the screech of it as it just turns over and over. Some of them are being like crunched and crushed underneath the wheel of this, as they are just being completely crunched by it. This will cause you all to roll another sanity check, of course. And
Nat 20.
nice. Sloan, you want to use a nat 20? Kip, you want to use a nat 20 before we roll these?
No, I won't use a nat 20.
I'll use it. Oh wait.
I can't.
I'll use an advantage.
Are we allowed to use advantages on sanity?
I'm gonna use.
Sure.
I'm gonna use
Oh,
one.
we can?
Eh.
We're using it. Advantage.
Yeah, alright. Well, I don't know. Advantages are like, they come for 1 quid, right? Let's say not on sanity.
No.
Okay. Okay. So I'll keep that, and I'm gonna roll straight sanity.
Alright.
Okay.
I can use luck on sanity, right?
No.
No.
If you're 1 away as well, oh man.
I
I believe it. Your luck. It's not.
I fail.
Yeah, no luck on sanity rolls, unfortunately. So who failed?
Me.
Just you. Oh, and Dr. Allen. Yeah, you and Dr. Allen failed. Nice.
Recurring thing.
Alright, 4 for those who failed, 2 for those who succeeded. It's damn horrific just witnessing this.
Yeah.
It's something out of a nightmare. There are the doors to the mill like closed, and there's like a heavy heavy wooden bar which is over the doors. Inside there are no lights.
Sloan, does this look familiar to you?
Does it look familiar to me?
It certainly does. It looks like the mill that you saw in your vision. At least from a distance. But then again, mills might look very similar from a distance.
It looks like the mill I saw, yes. But it was from a distance, so I could not be 100% sure. But I am fairly confident this is it.
In Garen's cello case, he's got a pair of torches, like, simple torches. He's like, I've got a couple of torches if we need to get some light, but I think we need to go inside. It's still raining, right?
Oh yeah. The rain has not abated. It must be about midday at this point.
I would like to get out of the rain as soon as possible.
Dr. Pierce,
Will,
Sorry, go ahead.
while we're moving, I'm gonna roll a D10 of healing too, please.
Nice. What was that you were saying, Dr. Pierce?
I was just gonna say, shall we? One of you strapping men want to take care of that door?
All right. Want to lift it up and open it? Sure. Hey, Sloan, when you were here, it was just Squire Whately.
Squire Whately was in his house, and I was with him. I was never at the mill.
This is the one he showed you, right?
No, he didn't show me anything. I looked out of a window
Okay, well, where's his house then?
in Dunwich.
Oh, all right.
One would imagine. However,
So why are we coming to the mill then? Hey,
Yeah.
wizard.
Well, that's what Arkin said.
What
that
Arkin wants
the gold thing we're looking for is.
is here. And his journal said it was something to do with underground, right?
Mm.
Sloan?
yes, that something underground, that something that he was afraid of was underground. And there have been hints of people rising, this creature, being, whatever you want to call it, from beneath the ground. However, if you are to open this, I do not wish to be around, well, directly by it, for I sense that once we open this, it will not be a pretty sight. And Sloan will kind of just walk away from the vision and go around the mill so he doesn't see it, as it opens.
I close my eyes, but I peek.
Okay.
All right, so I'm opening this thing up.
If you want to, I'll help you, Joey.
No, Christ, I'll do it.
Jolly, I'll help you.
No, hell, you're half dead, Father. I'll go up here and do this. So he goes up, Will, and he looks at the doors and sees if there's any type of symbols drawn into them, any type of, like, something that shouldn't be on the door of a mill.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to notice once you get through the figurine and step towards it that there is a symbol upon the iron bar. Not iron, I could call it an iron bar. It's a wooden bar of the doors, and it looks like it's been painted on there with something that probably resembles blood to you. You do not know what the symbol is. It certainly seems very strange in nature.
Could I make an occult roll on it?
Yeah.
This isn't a good shot, but damn. Hey, I'll spend 16 luck.
Yeah.
I'm curious before I open this thing up.
All right. Thank you, Sniper Sean gifts a sub to Isriva. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it. Welcome in, Isriva. All right. Spending 16 luck on this. This is a ward. To open this door would be a very, very bad idea. It would likely cause intense physical and brain damage to you as well, resulting in a loss of limb and sanity, most likely. This has been laid here by someone that does not want you to enter into this mill.
Hey, Doc. Ask your wizard passenger how we're supposed to get through this.
Okay. I'll walk up to the door and
Maybe
so
to lock something.
so that I can see it.
No.
And be like, Watley, what do you suppose we do with this?
It is a ward that my brother has placed upon this mill. There's something in here he doesn't want us to see. Even I can't get inside. It is most likely an entrance to his realm.
I will relay that. So, maybe we aren't going to the mill? Maybe we should have brought Arkin. Thinking back, I bet he would have opened this door right away.
Well, he said he was headed this way. Unless the birds got him. Could have happened.
It wasn't then, it was the vines.
Oh, the vines.
Or the fish babies.
Oh, I didn't like those.
Is there any, like, does it look like anybody's tried to open this recently? Like,
You
other
don't.
tracks up?
Yeah, you could roll me a spot hidden down here. Wizards Waitley in your head, Dr. Allen says,
We are close now to the border of his new realm. We must be careful, for this is an entryway inside. However, once we are in there, I will be less powerful, for he controls his own realm. We will be playing on his terms and his rules. We will no longer be in Dunwich. We will no longer be in our time.
Okay. Good to know. I will relay that as best I can to everyone else. Guys, yeah, we're about to go someplace else. Apparently.
Will, I got an extreme on that spot.
Yes, you can see that there are tracks which lead up to this, and that there are tracks which lead away into the vines.
Single set?
Single set. Man's boot print.
This could have been Arkin, or this could have been our guy here, and he points out the footprints to the other people. He couldn't get in, or didn't try.
I do not believe we should go here just yet. We need more information, and we have yet to even explore Dunwich. We have yet to even look for... I'm trying to remember her name. What was the name of the woman that you were going to date? You going for a date with?
Cassandra?
Cassandra you met last week, yeah.
Cassandra's accomplished partners in this town. They could be of assistance.
Oh yeah, you're talking about Virginia.
Yeah, Virginia,
Yes,
you've heard, is someone that is a friend of Cassandra's, as is, I believe his name is Joe.
Joe Osborne.
Joe Osborne, that's it.
Yes.
Kip, you can roll me a wild magic search here.
Great.
Proximity to the symbol.
I just feel we are going in here very unprepared.
Oh, that's the last thing I want. I agree. So, should we?
7715.
Ooh, your weapon kills you outright if it's used against you. Someone takes your bat and gets you. I'm okay, that's gonna kill you. Nope.
Would have anyway, so.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. if someone shoots you with a gun, it will kill you, yeah.
Doctor, is the wizard gonna do something bad to you if we decide that we're not going in that mill just yet?
I think, wizard, obviously we're probably not ready to go in here just yet, and we need to find more information. Are you gonna make trouble if that's the case?
Doctor, we must find the golden ferronnier.
Well,
I
yeah,
must have it.
That's the idea, so we need to go get some more
What are
information.
you going to give me?
Well, what is it that exactly that mold wizard requires? I'm not up on the latest journals, so I don't know particularly, but
The golden ferronnier is what I desire, Doctor. That is all I desire. It will help us both. It will save us both.
and you think that it's here? Like in the mill. Like it is here, is what you're saying.
It must be close, Doctor. It must be close. The golden ferronnier controls many things: time, life, death. It makes sense that inside, the entrance to the brother's realm, it hides in there somewhere in time. And we must find it. No doubt it is in Dunwich, but is it in Dunwich now? Unlikely. Somewhere in the past lies the answers. If we enter through, we will gain access to the past, the future, and the present.
Yeah, that actually I look over at Sloan, I'm like, didn't you say something about in your vision, like he was talking to you as if this had already happened, or isn't there some kind of time delineation or something?
Yes. I believe it was 6 months before we arrived.
Well, the wizard just told me that we'd find it somewhere, not like in Dunwich, but not right now. and it could be through this door. Like
Yes.
going in
but
this.
we don't know how to get through this.
Yeah. So it seems to me that maybe we need to find some information about the person who put this ward here. And if you've already been to his house 6 months ago, you might be able to look around at his house now.
I think that is a good idea.
Very well, Doctor. It is not far from here. You can visit the squire's house. It is unlikely he is here at this time, for he hides in his own realm.
Okay. Well, hey, see, we can work things out. The Great Wizard has deigned to let us go to the Squire's house before he turns my brain to mush. So, perhaps we should look around Dunwich and see what we can find out before we try to breach this ward.
I agree.
Agreed.
And, Sloane is going to actually do a little sketch of the sigil or the thing on it, so he gets an idea on what it looks like, and it could be handy to know.
Absolutely. You can roll me an occult on this, Sloan.
Actually, that would be a good idea.
While everyone is talking and debating about this very boring door that doesn't even have a lock on it, Lou is going to be fiddling with one of the pocket watches that she stole with her fancy new clock tools. She'd just be like, this works this and this works that.
Yeah, the one with the 4 on it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
kind of just sitting cross-legged playing, and she's just sitting in the mud, being
Alright.
bored.
Yeah. All right, then. Is that success on your?
Yes,
Cool.
I've
Nice.
succeeded.
Yeah, this is an elder sign. This protects and wards. It's a spell put in place by someone who knows their occult fairly well, and clearly has got a practiced and trained hand at drawing this sign, Sloane. You know that opening this door would be a bad idea, as does Kip. Likely you would need to find a way to remove that sign, which would also require some kind of ritual or some way to just brute force your way through that sign. Or a sacrifice, which would be, for instance, getting Henry Arkin to open that door. But who knows what is unleashed when that happens.
So all my instincts are saying opening this door is a bad idea.
Right.
Yeah.
It's possible
Okay.
that the squire would hold within his own home the quote unquote magical combination to opening the door.
That's if
It
he
would
was
make
doing-
sense, because if you wanted
That's
to
it.
open it, then you'd need a way to do so safely. So back at his house is a likely place,
Yeah.
as
Well,
likely as
we'll
any.
head back there. I think we're all in agreement. We'll head back to the to his house to have a look around, if anything.
And Doc, did you relate everything that the wizard said to you about time and space and
Yes, I would.
when and where?
I just didn't want to
Okay.
say it all over again.
Right. At this
Yeah.
point, while they're walking towards the squire's house, Jolly will say, well, we can go any when that we want. Right across from Armitage, his office, there was the one there, the pedestal that said the Watley Gold. It was empty, though. There was nothing there. Lou took the brass plate off of it.
I did.
I mean, is
Do
that
you
the
want
fairing?
it?
Yeah, what does the brass plate have a date on it?
No.
Well, yeah, I mean, but if it was stolen and taken in there, then it could be taken back to any time, apparently.
Yeah, but unless we get there before they got back there to steal it.
So
This is
you're
going to
saying
get
we-
paradoxical here in a second, but
So wait, you wanna-
somehow Kip's able to understand.
You want to go to the college and steal the golden Faraday before it was originally stolen in the first place.
I like where this conversation is going. We're talking about stealing things now.
Do you think that possibly could change the outcome of what's going on in Miskatonic River?
If we could go anywhere, they say that the beginning of all this was the Cold Springs Glen, whenever the cops got killed there.
Mm-hmm.
Would we go back and stop that? We'd be doing our jobs, right?
This is true.
If that was possible to get the gold before it was stolen, do you not think that the squire would have already done that? If this is his device or room or whatever you wish to call it.
Well, you gotta look at it like this too, Sloan. He went back. It was there. He stole it. We go back. We go back a day before he did it. Oh, it's there again. We steal it. They said this thing likes to move around. It doesn't like to stay in one place. Maybe it's moving to different times as opposed to just disappearing from people's grasps. Maybe this is a chess match. Even though I strangely and oddly despise chess. I don't know why, but...
I mean,
It's a stupid game.
And I've heard rumor of 3-dimensional chess, but not 4-dimensional.
It's definitely a trek that we can go down, but we'll have to see. I don't know. That's just me just talking, but I'm a driver, so.
No, it is valid points. Very valid points.
And in dark times such as these, we should probably use the stars to guide us on our trek. So.
It's a bold statement. It's a bold statement.
However, I do feel that we should go to the squire's house.
Yes, yes.
So we're in consensus to head towards the squire's mansion.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You have a rough idea of where this is, Sloan, based on your memory. So if you were to charter continued west towards Dunwich, you're pretty sure you'd come across it.
Okay, we'll do that.
All right. So I'm guessing that Kip is leading the way once again.
Mm-hmm.
Kip can hit me up with that strength
Sure.
check.
Sure.
Success. Nice.
Success.
You hack your way through these vines once again. You're getting pretty tired having done this for the best part of the day now. But hacking through for another couple of hours is about as much Kip wants to do. And luckily enough for you, is about all you need to do. It's not too far away from the mill where the squire's house is, as Sloan saw in his memory/vision from several months ago. And you see the squire's mansion before you. It is in a similarly decrepit and decaying state to the rest of the vines that surround its gardens. It is walled, and there is a gate at the front of it. But however, the house itself is crumbling and decaying. It's a huge Downton Abbey size mansion, basically. Once you can see where, probably tens of servants would have once served in this household like this. The Watleys clearly had a huge amount of gold in order to get such a wealth before. So you can see the wealth of the Watleys before you staring back in this old mansion with the busted out windows and the old style of gargoyles which lie on top of the parapets of this mansion. Very Gothic in architecture, of course. Everything around Dunwich looks to be old, decaying, and broken, as though it's been here for hundreds of years and no one's tended to it. In your dream, Sloan, you remember this being a perfectly beautiful mansion. It was in the height of its power and the height of its wealth.
Wait. So, he said it was 6 months ago, yeah?
Right.
That's like a lot of things that happen in 6 months.
It's a far higher rate of decay than is humanly possible,
Yeah.
right?
Something's odd here.
No, really? I would have never. Something odd in Dunwich.
Yes.
That's absurd.
Imagine that.
That never would have occurred to me.
Lo, have you ever been here before?
Dunwich, yeah.
It looked like this last time you were here.
Maybe. I don't remember. It could have, or it might not have. It's really 50-50.
Certainly never been to this house, and
Yeah, I've not been to this one before. I bet mostly just in the main city.
yeah, you would know that most of the houses in Dunwich have a kind of aura of decay around them, but probably not as bad as this. Most of them just look really dilapidated and uncared for.
A lot of them are run down and stuff, but not this bad. This one's it looks like it's been abandoned for quite some time.
Does it look like anybody is in there now or has maybe gone in there recently?
There don't appear to be any lights on in the mansion, but that's pretty much what you can tell.
Well, if this Squire Whately is a sorcerer or something of some kind,
Crazy.
we should look for more traps and symbols and words like what we saw before, and be very cautious entering his home.
But I mean, I've been assured by the wizard that he's more than likely not here. So we at least have that on our side.
Perhaps he isn't, but maybe something else is. Perhaps
Something.
the good Dr. Smith is back here.
Oh, that would be not good.
She was hired, controlled by the Squire, so perhaps she came back here.
I like to think that she died and is dead somewhere and not, like, crawling around anymore.
Yes, me too. But just saying that we must be very cautious.
Will, did Arkin's tracks go in the same direction as the Squire Whatley estate?
Correct.
Shit. Yeah, Arkin might be out here too.
Oh, at least he doesn't have his gun. I have it.
Crack. Right.
Yeah.
Well, I suppose we should proceed with caution, but proceed nevertheless.
Alright. There is a gate which is closed. It looks like it opens up.
I'm gonna be sneaky.
Okay, if you
I'm
guys
looking
are...
for some-
Yeah, okay, so Kip, you can roll me a spot hidden.
Success.
Nice. You don't spot any symbols around a gate or outer grounds at this point, as you're kind of walking up towards the house. Is everyone trying to be sneaky?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll be
Okay.
sneaky.
Escalate stealth checks going on.
I succeed.
Yes.
I fail.
I trip over my head.
We all suck at.
Trip over my massive head.
Sloane's the only one that succeeded.
Oh. So the group of you are making your way. It's difficult to be like stealthy, you know, through the rain, and lightning illuminates all of you every now and again. So it's kind of difficult to. It's also like pretty. There's not much cover out here. It's pretty open out in the garden area as you head through the gates past these gargoyles and statues. As you come to the a bunch of statues just before you get to the house itself by the door. You notice that there is a statue of Sloane. It looks just like Sloane, except from the fact that he is covered in the fungal bacteria. He looks more like Dr. Aurelius Smith than he does of himself.
It's definitely a statue.
Definitely looks like a statue. Stone, you know, carved out of it. Doesn't appear to be moving at all, you know. It's just striking a pose. It looks like...
I think they captured your likeness well.
It is...
Yeah.
What's
Sloane
the
is
pose?
also wearing, like, nobles' sort of robes. He looks to be the ruler of this place.
No matter where I move, his eyes follow me.
Which Sloane? Me or the statue?
Oh, it's
Right.
creepy.
Right.
So, sorry, what's the... so I'm basically, it's just like a
You're
heroic
standing,
pose.
somewhat heroic. I mean, you're not, like, striking a huge pose. You're just standing there,
Yeah.
really.
Is there a plaque or like an inscription or anything with the statue?
Yeah, there is.
What does it read?
Squire Sloane.
Did you somehow like get put in the will, or?
Perhaps this is...
Do you have titles I don't know about?
Perhaps
Like, I've got a lot of titles.
this is my future in the present.
From the past?
Yes, so if we go through the mill, I go to the past, I do something which thus makes this statue, but I haven't done it yet because I haven't gone through the mill. I think. Because I certainly don't remember this.
Well, or maybe it's maybe the Squire Watley's idea of a little bit of a joke.
It could
already
be.
been there.
It could very well be.
He does have your likeness.
And you're infected.
Well, according to the statue, I am, yes. I don't feel infected.
I'd like
I
a
haven't
second.
coughed anything up.
Sloan, is that your first name or your last name?
It is my only name.
I understand.
Yes. Lou understands. Any more questions?
When you looked at the face of Squire Waitley,
Yes.
look like you at all?
No. Well,
A lot older.
he was much, much older. Perhaps it was me. So very long into the future. But I don't think so.
Well, what do you suggest we do then?
I suggest we search the house.
I suggest we ask the wizard. Hey, wizard, is this your nephew? Is this your brother?
The wizard doesn't speak.
Hmm.
Hello. You there?
No
Maybe he
answer.
moved out.
All right. Maybe that mask worked.
Maybe we should get you to open up that gate up on the mill, Sloan.
I will not open up a gate that will kill me.
Not unless you're the one that put it on there.
Yeah.
If I put it on there, perhaps I put it on there for a good reason. Yet I haven't done it yet.
That means that you'll live long enough to put it on there. Which means you live long enough to get this statue made out of you.
Or perhaps,
So even if you open the gate.
or perhaps Squire, as they said, Squire put this up here as a joke to get us to bicker with one another. A game. Or perhaps I am that Squire. We don't know.
Regardless, I like games too.
I love games.
I still do suggest that we go inside the house. Perhaps it holds more answers.
After you, Squire.
He visibly rolls his eyes and cautiously approaches the front door, keeping an eye out for any sigils, symbols. or
Doesn't appear
anything
to
like
be
that.
any.
Okay. Is the door unlocked?
It is.
I cautiously, very cautiously, open the door.
You open the door, and inside you can see the open hallway, which the lightning illuminates in a bright, hot flash. On the ground, there are bodies. 4 of them. And that's where we're going to wrap up tonight's session of Nameless Horrors.
Son of a bitch.
Oh dear, my friends. That, I'm afraid, is all we've got time for on tonight's show. But it's been a good one. It's been a fun one. And we're going to call it there for today and wait until next week to see what's really going on. Who is the Squire? Is it Sloan? Why are there 4 bodies in the house? Questions abound. But yes, hopefully you guys enjoyed today's show. If you did, please do let us know in chat. If you're new to the channel, saw a bunch of new people here tonight, hit the follow button and join us. And don't go anywhere, because we've got another show coming up here in just a few minutes' time. We're going back to D&D 5e. We're in the sands of Zehir. We're on the trail of an assassin. It's going to be some good, fun, shenanigan-filled times, so stay around for that. But let's go around the cast and crew. Did we enjoy ourselves, and where can we find you guys online? Let's start with Let's start with Redundant. What do you think today, my friend?
You're you. Oh, good luck. I mean, the whole pie's just going. I could just see the eyes just go straight to me. I could just see it now. Oh God! But it was an amazing episode. It was a tough episode. I enjoyed it. It was a lot tougher. Took a few hits to the sanity, absolutely. But it was really good. Really enjoyed it. And as always, I can't wait till next week. It's just can't come soon enough. Even though bad, it's going to get worse. It always does in Call of Cthulhu. It's just going to get worse, but that's why we love it. So I'm Redundant UK. I stream here on Twitch, and you can check me out at twitch.tv/Redundant UK. I'm also on Twitter, Redundant_UK, and I'm also hanging out in the Encounter Roleplay chat and everything like that. So, yeah, don't be afraid to say hi.
Amazing. Dope. Let's go to Pruitt.
Hello there, and screw you also. So that's it. This episode was freaking amazing. I'm running out of sanity and have even less luck, so we'll see how long this lasts before my head completely pops. But yeah, it's why I show up every week. It's so freaking cool. So yeah, I'm Pruitt. I'm with WebDM. Hit us up over there on YouTube. Watch our shows; they're fun. You can also find me right here, JPru Inc. on Twitter, and also look up WebDM Show and follow us there. You can find out fun stuff. We're going to be going to some cons this year, so see which ones we're going to go to, and maybe we can meet and roll some dice together. We'll see you next week.
Great stuff. Lindy.
Oh my gosh, Will, I hate you so much. I'm pretty sure the neighbors think there was like a multitude of murders going on at my house. At the amount of screaming and blasphemous, not curse words that came out and spouted at you today. Yeah, I had fun.
Good.
This is great. Fucking fish babies. I'd hoped we'd left that back in the last campaign, but apparently not.
It was too cool.
Yeah. No, they weren't. Will, they really weren't. But it's okay. Because I'm Laughlin Lindy, and I just love Wednesdays so much. Find me here every Wednesday. You can also find me online, Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, all that good stuff. Laughlin Lindy. I do D&D, video games, and cosplay stuff on my own streams. And you can find me at Grimjack's channel on Sunday evenings for Pulp Cthulhu. I'm a German scientist.
Amazing.
Person. Yeah.
Amazing. Greg.
Listen, if you're just here, you probably haven't heard me say this before, but Wednesdays from 1 to 4 Eastern here on Encounter Roleplay, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, it's where it's at. Because this guy spins a story that it only gets better as we get crazier. And this cast of players, I have always said it, and I will continue to say it to my dying day. I love them. They're fantastic. And before screen and after screen, they are just the same people that you see on the screen, except for Redundant. He's even crazier than Sloan. But this is the greatest 3 hours of my week because it is a story that is built for years. And even though we kind of left some of it behind, I still think that there's more to be told with this time stuff, but we'll see. Anywho, Grimjack21502 on the Twitches and the Twitters. You can see me here where it's at every Wednesday 1 to 4. You can see me tonight over on Unmade Ming's channel where we start a brand new campaign called City of Mist. I'll be playing somebody that no one's met yet, so I won't describe them. And on Saturdays, you get to see me with this wonderful gentleman DMing us on Learn by Play on Dungeons and Dragons, where it was something to behold, and it was a great time. Also on my channel with Lindy, Grimjack21502, Sunday 7 to 9. I'm out. Thanks. I love you guys.
Dope. And Don.
Oh man, this was my favorite episode of this season so far, and I've really enjoyed the season from top to bottom, but it kind of encapsulated all the things that I really, really love about Call of Cthulhu, which is fish babies for one, but like there was combat and there was problem solving and there was character development and just horror every step along the way. It was great. You can follow me on Twitter at Donathan Fry. I share stuff that I write and other projects that I'm involved with. I do a bunch too. But like these guys, I love Wednesdays. I look forward to this all week long. And man, I'm going to be looking forward to finding out more about those bodies next week.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. Well, thank you guys so much for joining us again. It's been an absolute blast. Every week here on Call of Cthulhu is just fantastic fun. So come back same time next week for more. You can go back and watch our previous episodes. Are up on a playlist here on YouTube. There's a shit ton of videos to watch, both from previous seasons of this of different campaigns, but also I think there are 5 episodes of this current campaign that you can go back and watch there on the YouTubes. But we're going to stick around here because we're going to head into our next show, Sands of Zahir. They are Zahir, and they are there. But thank you guys so much for joining us. Until next time, try to tuning out one, so to be here laughing when you do. Good night, everybody. Bye.